Look, fam, I forget that I say shit all the time, but I smoke a lot of weed. So, here we are, episode 206. Now Millennials podcast, out to Spades Media. We in this bitch. Who are you, sir?
Well, we back and I bees once again, always and forever. This shit ain't gonna change, baby. The motherfucking one and only Busy 9-3. Some call me the motherfucking Kango Don. Some call me Kwame Khalifa. Oh, I got a new one this week. Some call me the Walking Viagra, aka the Walking Female Viagra. You know why?
No.
Because no matter
Don't
if
tell
it's
me.
your girl, your auntie, your cousin, your sister, if they're of age, they ready and willing. AKA motherfucking Captain Dr. Science, AKA the Tiki Torch Nazi daughter Slayer, AKA no, I do not have my lab coat, bitch.
Never
Don't
will.
ask. Flat out.
And I am your A1 on the mic. Motherfucking Jose Ortega, hailing from the home of bitch and tequila, 50 cent margaritas, and cartel dealings. And I had a new one this week, too. I am the one and only Super Tech Mojo. And guess what? Nobody beats Joe. I'm not telling you that right now. AKA the Tequila Papi, also known as Martin Quarantino. Even when we ain't in quarantine, nigga, I be free and still be out here. Also known as the Petronome, the one that's coming off of the top rope. And then I climbed up the ladder to come down off that bitch on top of another motherfucker and shitted on the whole ring. The one and only Zay Mysterio. You're welcome. You feel me?
Diarrhea and from the 619 to the 313, bitch.
You did. And my personal favorite, the one and only Tito Lee. Whoa! And it's episode 206, Millennials podcast. Like I said, House of Spades Media. Like I said, we here again. Like I said, it's been a beautiful week. How's it going, my nigga?
Beautiful is a word to use. It's been okay. It's been pretty good.
Nigga, ain't no penguins outside. We good.
That is a plus. That is a plus.
We good.
That is a plus. No penguins and or penguin weather is always a plus in Michigan.
Real shit. I was gonna try and trap one of them motherfuckers this year and keep one as a pet to cooler for a year.
I was gonna say I'm convinced. I think I should keep a pet penguin. I just don't know how I would store it house it for the 4 to 3 months that Michigan isn't cold.
See, that's my problem. I thought about that same thing because I want 2 exotic animals just because I love these exotic animals so much. One's a penguin. The other one's a koala.
Did you say a penguin and a koala?
Yeah. The koala would be with me all the time. That's the homie.
You want a sky rat, my nigga?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have the koala. I'll have the koala on my arm all the time. That's the homie. He go wherever I go. You know what I mean? We got trust. You feel me? Even if I drive somewhere, even if I gotta drive somewhere, my nigga, guess what? He got a car seat. He riding with a nigga. You feel me? But the problem is, the penguin. So I was thinking to myself, damn, it'd be fucked up if I bring the koala, but I can't bring the penguin. But if you know what I'm saying, I don't like cold weather and shit. So if there's palm trees outside, I can't bring him outside. He died. You don't want that shit. Love the penguin.
Facts.
So I was damn, what I need to do is just get a big ass Yeti cooler and just put a fucking glass plate in there and shit. Put some wheels on that bitch and a luggage holder and be able to wheel him around so he good. So and then you can put it straight up so he can see around and shit. Make sure everything's straight we get to.
I'm pretty sure that's abuse, sir.
He not in prison, nigga. We gonna put him right back in the cool.
Not in prison.
Nah, he's not in prison. He rolling with the crew. He down for it. He smoke weed too.
In a cage.
Not in a cage. He's gonna be freed.
Yeah. Okay. Look, you can't blame the elements on imprisonment, nigga. No,
It's
you
not
can't
imprisonment.
make the elements an excuse to
it
imprison a
it
penguin.
it's like when people put their cats or they little small dogs and little like the carry-ons and shit when they go on what's the
Not
name?
the same thing. Cats and dogs aren't that sensitive to the weather.
Yeah, but if I got a super
Penguins that
cold,
die in the summer, nigga.
if I got a super cold
Wait, will
Yeti
they?
cooler in
I don't
there,
know.
and like if I got a super cold Yeti cooler that I'm pimped out to run at like -13, he good in there.
You really want to spend that much gas money on a fucking penguin?
I fuck with penguins, bro. Like
Diesel is like $5.30, nigga.
Low key, if I could, I'd like make a whole warehouse and keep it like cold for them, like all the time, and like have motherfuckers come in and
You
actually
should
put in
probably
snow.
have that before you get your first penguin. You should probably have all that in place prior to getting the penguin, so you make sure that they're always like in cold environments.
Yeah, but if he want to be one of the homies and want to roll with me and the koala and shit, I think he should have the option. Like if me and the koala is rolling out, getting into the Lambo, he just gonna be looking at like outside the warehouse window like these, like
that just made me think.
And I'm just gonna be like, dog, I don't want to leave him in there, bro.
There's definitely like that nigga that had that tiger in I think it was 2004. Nigga had that tiger in the apartment. There's definitely some nigga in Detroit shoving a penguin in his freezer every fucking summer. Definitely.
First off, that's some sick ass shit. Just on some.
It's inhumane.
I would buy my penguin. Like if I could buy one, I would buy one. Like I would go through the legal recourse to getting and attaining this penguin legally without PETA coming and like snip my nuts off. Like straight up, I'm going through the legal processing so I can house and keep this penguin. That's the homie now. Like understand me. That's the homie. This is not a petting penguin. This is not one that's like I'm trying to make some bread off of. This is the homie. Understand me now.
Homie rules in effect.
Homie rules in effect. He got a Crenshaw hat on and everything. Homie rules are in effect. Like he is one of the homies. But if you got a penguin and you shoving it inside of your freezer, you did some illegal shit to acquire this penguin. There's no way that they was just like, all right, like
is stealing from the zoo really illegal?
PETA gonna clip your nuts.
That's PETA.
Yeah, but I'd rather not be neutered.
PETA running up on Gucci Mane the other day. That nigga was standing there promoting his book. This had to be a few months ago or like last year when that book he wrote dropped. He was standing in a bookstore and he was like just standing there waiting to do like meet and greets. And this one dude was like, hey Gucci, hey, great book, man. I really like your stuff. Stop killing animals. Stop killing animals. And then this other white girl showed up. Stop killing Gucci Mane. Stop killing animals. Don't wear fire. And this nigga just stood there was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Look.
What just happened?
Look. I look at this like this, and people are like PETA may hate me for this. We might get canceled for this, but this shit makes all the sense in the world. So hear me out. Like real talk. Hear me out. So the war on drugs, right? The war on drugs supposedly to take out the drug manufacturers that provided the drugs to these countries in America, right? That's polluting our streets with crime and fiendhood. Now, racist. Anyway, it is polluting our streets. And they go after the drug kingpins, they go after Griselda Blanco, they go after Escobar, they go after all of our heroes, right? And they completely just try and take all of them out. Most are dead. Most are in prison. But at the end of the day, what still stands? The market. So now that the market exists, people are going to buy. Now, with that being said, with fur and drugs, or someone that's a fiend and someone that likes to buy fur, market exists. Are you really gonna be mad at the fiend because the fiend had, you know what I'm saying, fell victim to this and is within the market? Or are you, you know, like the market is them? Are you gonna be mad at the person that bought the fur because a market is dictated and marketed to that person that fur is dope? Now, I'm not saying that, but that's where it is. You gonna be mad at that person, or should you be mad at the motherfucker that's really going out there and doing it? That's making
Peter's
the
mad at
function.
everybody. I think they've made it known over the years. They're mad at everybody. They're mad at people that do it, support it, buy it, wear it, sell it. They mad at all of them.
But
I think they've made that point clear. as a unit, I think they've made that point clear.
Yeah, you can make it as clear as fucking day. But what if this nigga's run?
Got to do with harming any animal, they are thoroughly and staunchly against it.
How about human beings?
I think they care less.
Then you miss me with all that bullshit. Moving on. Like that's the way we in that one. Like that's the way we in that one.
What were we talking about before I brought that up? Somehow I related that to something we were talking about.
We're talking about this bullshit. We were bullshitting around. I don't know. Like we do what we fucking do. We haven't even really talked about anything yet. But getting into the show itself. Congratulations to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, and they had a little son and shit. Little, you know what I'm saying, Rocky and shit. You know what I mean? Congratulations to them. You hating, bro. You hating.
You ain't say nothing yet. I ain't even say nothing.
You a hating ass nigga. I can see it in your face. You a hating ass nigga. You a hating ass nigga right now out the gate. Out the gate, you a hating ass nigga.
I didn't even say nothing yet. I didn't.
That's how I know you. That's how I know you hating. That hate coming from the core right now. It's bleeding off you. I hope you know. That hate is bleeding off.
I didn't say shit. I just listened to what you said.
And you didn't say nada.
Congratulations to Rihanna. And fuck ASAP Rocky. No, congratulations to ASAP Rocky and Rihanna and the kid. Because nigga, you have no idea how privileged you are to fucking be growing up with fuck Rocky, Rihanna as mama. I can only imagine the lessons this little nigga was gonna have to deal out with niggas when he has kids.
And as of this moment, we coining it right now on this show. The child shall now be deemed by nickname
Rocky.
The Wee Baby Rocky. We own that. We said it first. No one else has said it. That's the Wee Baby Rocky. That is who that child is now. Because they would have had a girl, it would have been the Wee Baby Riri. That's who it would have been. Yeah. But this is the Wee Baby Rocky. We shall show respect, just as much respect as you would show Blue Ivy. Goddamn it!
Yeah. You gotta give it that level. Yeah.
No. We Baby Rocky disrespect will be tolerated, or slander will be tolerated on this show. Even though my co-host
add the Wee Baby to the I'm more mad at the daddy than the family. Put it like that. I'm only mad at the daddy because he got there first. It's the only reason I ain't really mad at the nigga. It's just proximity.
You know, he wasn't there first.
I like the nigga. I love his music. It's just proximity. I'm hating on the proximity we had to her when we had it to her. Look, like he had different proximity than I did. I'm hating on that.
I saw it coming when I realized after a year that they were still together. I was like, oh shit, she ain't got rid of this nigga yet. Not that he did it. He was like, nah, I don't really fuck with her no more like that. Like, no, like she get rid of niggas. So you was there for over a year. I'm like, oh yeah, she gonna let it happen. And there you go. Great for them. I'm happy for them and shit. I'm not gonna do it.
It ain't hate when it's real.
You sound like right. You sound like Buck Nasty right now. You a hating ass nigga, right?
Buck Nasty, nigga, really?
Yeah, you Buck Nasty ass nigga.
Shut your ass up. Excuse me.
You a Buck Nasty ass nigga.
This nigga said Buck Nasty.
Buck.
I thought you was talking about the little bitch from Flavor of Love at first. I'm like, wait. Oh, the rapper.
No, I'm talking about Chappelle's show.
Like I did want to fuck that little bitch, but
I'm talking about Chappelle's show.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Now,
At first, I was like, the white chick from Flavor of Love.
that was what was that? It was like Bucky.
No, it was Bucky and Buck Wild. It wasn't
Buck Wild. Yeah.
White girl was Buck Wild. The black chick was Bucky.
Yeah.
Bucky's still fine.
Delicious still get it too, man. Look, man.
I liked her better when she was thicker.
Detroit black don't crack. That's all I'm gonna say.
I liked her better when she was thicker. She got a little too modelish for my taste. Like that certain type of model, like with that look. I don't like that look like that. Like it's a nice look. It looks great, but I don't like that look.
Look, I'm gonna keep
my girl, I guess. I don't know.
Which Adele you like more? Fat Adele, skinny Adele?
Skinny Adele's growing up. So Fat Adele. But Skinny Adele is growing on me. The more and more I see her, I'm like, I like that too, though. I like that too.
You like them pale, but it like, I don't know. I think I look at Adele like almost like Star Jones. Is like her skinny now, like her head just look too damn big.
That's what threw me off in the beginning, but it like,
still throwing me off. Like
when I see her like in like
her head looks so much bigger next to Rich Paul's head. That shit look crazy sometimes.
Never paid attention to that.
He a skinny nigga. He a skinny small nigga. So I was like, damn, like
nigga look like Chris Paul.
Yeah, like he is skinny small.
Oh, nigga. You was right. You called it. You was right. You was right.
I told you.
I seen that shit pop up on my phone. I'm like, wow, that nigga called it. I thought the boy had one or two more in him.
Nope.
That's crazy. But yeah, nigga, it's definitely a skinny Adele is growing on me. But I think I'm definitely more of a fan of Fat Adele. Like if I like peak, I want to smash, fuck who in the like, yeah.
That's a great question. I should do this more often because that was a good question. I wasn't gonna. I had no intention of answering it, but it's
Well, now that you say something, how would you pick it?
Disregarding a lot of my personal preferences, Fat Adele. Like, and I mean a lot of personal preferences. Like, she's white, she's blonde, she's fat. Nothing against fat women, just not my thing. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, but I'm just like, in
I
my
got
head,
a size limit, but damn it, I don't give a fuck.
But my thing is, I'm just like, damn, with all those things being said, if she wasn't fat, does it make a difference? And nope, it doesn't. Like it actually kind of makes it worse. So I'm just like,
yeah. I would be more. That's what I was saying. Like I
like some meat to grab on too. You know
I would be more excited to smash Fat Adele than Skinny Adele. I
wouldn't tell nobody either way.
Now that is where I was about to say what we were already saying was misogynistic. That's where you get into deep levels of toxic misogynistic shit. Why wouldn't you tell anybody you smashed Adele? You ashamed you fucked Adele? Are you ashamed of the people you have sex with? What is wrong with you? Why would you have sex with them if you were? Why would you have sex with them if you were going to be ashamed later? We've all made the mistake. Okay, we've all made the mistake, but this is Adele we talking about. This isn't just some random cute fat bitch. This is Adele.
Yeah, that's on my body count now.
I'm happy about it.
If I'm talking about Smash Fat Adele.
If I'm talking about skinny I smashed Adele, nigga, I don't care which body you give her.
Nah, it's not my thing. Just like
Lizzo.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. That's way too much liquor. I was wild and she wanted the dick. I was like, fuck it. Adele,
I was fucked up if I fucked a Lizzo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's different. This is terrible.
I'm not telling nobody
we sound
that.
horrible right now.
We just being real, but look.
This is that shit people be talking about when they be like, motherfucking niggas just do podcasts with each other to shit on women. No, it's not that.
Rest in peace, Kevin Michaels, though. Kevin Samuels, I'm sorry.
I'm about to say, Jesus Christ. You don't fuck up the man's name on the rest in peace.
Michael B. Jordan popped up on the screen. Sorry. Kevin Michaels. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Still
like
disrespectful, my nigga.
No, I'm saying, like, it came from somewhere. I'm like, Michael B. Jordan popped up. I'm like, why did I
get how you mixed it?
That's what I was like, why did I say it? Like, I'm like, what, Samuels? But yeah. But look, nobody shits on women. I'm raising one. It's nah. Look, everybody ain't for everybody. But somebody is, like, everybody is for somebody. That's the way I look at it. Just because you a lame ass incel ass nigga right now does not mean that you may not run into somebody that love your lame ass incel ass.
That's my conspiracy theory. I think that's a common misconception and a misnomer, nigga. I don't think that's a real thing. I think everybody is for everybody. I think you make it work with motherfuckers that you either can make it work with or that want to make it work.
But that's when saying everybody's
like,
there's somebody out there.
Everybody, yeah. It's not that it's not somebody for everybody, or everybody's not fair. Everybody is for everybody if they want to be.
Nah,
you can live your life in the Peace Corps, trying to dedicate your money and time to helping out a group of people just because you feel like you love them and you like it and you want to spend your life doing that type of thing. The same way how you can spend your life chasing bitches, or you can spend your life with one. It's all the same shit. You just gotta, if you wanted to make it work.
Yeah.
And the people you're running into, can you make it work for them?
But then that goes into what we talked about last week with the Kendrick shit. Something you gotta have that either self-awareness or therapy to get to a certain point to whether you figure it, because you can have, like, I really do believe you really only, like, the rule of thumb, like that saying you only get 3 great ones and shit.
I'm talking about what, like love? I don't believe that shit.
Like great ones, like A1s, like those should be in your. I don't really believe it always comes.
I think that like depends on the person.
The way man said it in the Bronx Tale, but I really do think that. Like up until my wife, I think like my wife is the third. I know for a fact who the other 2 were, and I knew it at the time, and I blew them shits because I was on my selfish tip. But when my wife came along, I'm like, might not get another chance at this. Even if I do, and there's a 4th or a 5th, chances of me running into that next one that's legit for real might be far and in between. And then that leaves room for me to just fucking around with these bitches trying to make something happen with gullible bitches, and then we going around in a circle.
If that is true, you know why that statement is true? You know why that makes sense in the movie and in real life? Because if that statement is true, then that only makes sense up until you're about 25, because that's the time, that's up to the time when it be motherfuckers start kind of doing their own shit. And you got to kind of, it's not really, unless it's a group of people around, it's not really like you hanging or around mass groups, depending on what you do. It's not really a thing where you're constantly around new people. Up until the age of 21 or 25, you're constantly around new people. So it's easy to find those 3. It's super easy to find.
No, I think we misconstrue sometimes what the 3 are, because it's like there's some bitches that I was tripping over through my time, and no, ladies, I'm not being misogynistic when I call them bitches. I mean that when I say that. I'm like, I mean that when I say that. A few minutes ago. Like, I mean what I say when I'm saying it. These bitches I thought were or would be one of the ones. None of them 4 bitches I was tripping over was one of the ones. Like real, like looking back, hindsight, acknowledging traumas and shit like that. Like none of those at that time, none of those 4 that I was tripping over was one of the ones.
Yeah, because I mean,
like, you know what I mean? But it
build that shit.
Yeah.
They don't
But
become one of the ones just because you just meet the bitch fucker and then it's like, yo.
no. I'm talking about it's a like I said, like it's a feeling when you know. You may not be in love, but like that Shawty is really, 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 really down for you. Who you are every
that
way.
can be
Now
dangerous though. So that's not that feeling doesn't always translate to what you're talking about. Because that shit can be dangerous. Yeah, I'm the opposite example of that, nigga. You're the example of feeling it and being like, yo, okay, let's go that way. I'm the example of feeling it and it's like, this could be detrimental to your health, nigga.
And sometimes it was.
He really cares. And it could be a problem one day.
Like, exactly. And I, as a young bull, had the defense guard up to where it would be like, oh, when I sensed that off, I had this subliminal thing to where it was like I had to push her away. On some Quincy Jones shit. It was like, yo,
it's not subliminal if you know you were doing it.
No, I'm doing it now. I'm like, I know it now. But then, like, at the time, it was just like, no, I gotta push you away. Like, and I would off rip do dickheaded shit to push chick away. To go away. Just go away. Just go away. Don't do that.
See, that's weird. I always get accused of being a dick after I start paying attention. When I'm not paying attention, it's like, it's fine. When I start paying attention to shit, then it's like, why are you paying so much attention? Bitch, didn't you want me to pay attention? Okay, I'm paying attention now. You want me to pay attention to you, right? Okay, now I'm paying attention.
What's it? You be living, I swear to God, every time, like every Drake album that comes out, there's a song on there that fits exactly your life. And it's very much so.
Every single one of them. Since like the mixtapes, all of them. Like we talking about since like Room for Improvement, every project. Every year he drops a project, it's a song he puts out that I can personally relate to.
Exactly. That's why I fuck with Drake. Like I can agree or attest to a lot of the shit that he's been saying or like he's always said or talked about. Yeah, nigga. Like if I were Drake, I'm having fun for sure. But that shit's some days the fun gonna get kind of shitty and off the rip of just like, damn, dog, I'm stupid. Like, But
yeah, I know how it feels.
Yeah, and then you had a good one, and then you just not in the mood to have a good one right now because you still on your bullshit. And it's like, fuck, bitch, why you gotta have feelings? Like, now I gotta push you off to the side because I really don't want to fuck you up so bad. I don't want to make you fall in love. And then if I make you fall in love and then I say fuck out of here, then that makes me a super asshole. It's a struggle.
I don't want to say anything to incriminate myself, so we're gonna move on from this topic.
Man,
word to OVO. Shout out to 40 and all of them.
It's gonna be a real hip hop podcast. I'm really with the shit for the most part. So, I guess we should talk about my man's next and shit. I guess I'm
big rabbit, big problems.
This nigga need to start Uber Eating it now, dog.
What you mean? Now, see, you got to tell me. You got to give me the breakdown because I didn't hear everything that happened. I just saw the headline that.
Do you know the backstory?
Many people, no. Well, yeah, I know the backstory, but the headline I saw was Benny People fucked up your boy Rabbit, and we ain't talking about B Rabbit. We talking about Big Rabbit.
He ain't Big Boss Rabbit no more. That nigga just a rabbit. That nigga's a rabbit, nigga. Like, no.
He get his ass up again, he gonna be a bunny, nigga.
No, he is C Rabbit, nigga. He can't even be B Rabbit, nigga. He is C Rabbit now, nigga. I'm gonna call that right now. I don't care. Matter of dog.
So with your man's dog. I'm starting to get uncomfortable playing his music.
He ain't man's no more. I'm sorry.
I'm starting to get uncomfortable playing his music.
He ain't man's no more. I'm gonna tell you why he ain't man's. I had a whole thing for this because I was like, yo, because if you don't know the backstory and shit, him and Benny's peoples ain't cool. They like Benny acknowledged it. Freddie got mad. They went back and forth. Benny like, man, fuck it, I don't even care. C Rabbit acting a nut still, and then they just gonna let this shit slide. Now,
Freddie
meanwhile,
Gibbs, for those of you that aren't hip to what we talking about, Freddie Gibbs. That's C Rabbit.
C Rabbit. So, Benny was not there. Them niggas actually had a show.
Yeah, they said it was his people that whooped his ass.
I'm about to say, like, I can actually tell you where he was, like, for a second, because he was doing a show at Westside and the time, like, at the time that it was happening. But that happened in Buffalo. So, you know what I'm saying? C Rabbit was in Buffalo, you know what I mean, trying to grab a bite to eat in Buffalo, where Benny the Butcher is from, and also Westside Gun, and also Conway. And so pretty much, let's just be real. He at war with all Griselda, and he's in Buffalo, and he's just randomly eating at a urban, you know, I think it was an urban spot. Yeah, that's the only superheroes them niggas got in the street. So yeah, like without it even being BSF, motherfuckers rolling up on you, you was gonna have a problem. Like that's not. That's kind of like a 6ix9ine stunt. Like you trying to, nothing gonna happen to me. No, nigga, you gonna get touched. It's Buffalo. Buffalo's like Detroit. It's just in New York. Like that's.
But okay.
It is blue collar. It's not as big. It's not as big as historic as us. But
this is gonna sound fucked up
as a city. But
this is gonna sound fucked up. But
it's pretty much like us.
I don't think you could. How can I say that? I think in Grand Theft Auto, we shoot back in our supermarket. And I saw a meme about that on the internet about how it's funny how you niggas can chase down Freddie Gibbs, but you couldn't chase down that. We'll get to that in a minute, but I thought that was a bit ironic.
We will get to that in a minute because I had over
bit ironic
for those type of bitch ass statements. But
I feel like there's some truth to it.
I feel like it's a bitch ass statement. I'll tell you why, but that's later on. But yeah, so they run into Mr. Gibbs and they say, yo, Mr. Gibbs, what up, dog? In whatever
you
way.
Mean what up, son?
Whatever. I was about to say, like, however Buffalo motherfuckers say what up, dog.
It's New York. They still say son up there, right? B. What up, B? Something.
I think they still say B. I don't know. You know what I mean? But they said ran up on him. What up, dog? Freddie was like, oh, we about to fight. And they was like, yeah, nigga gang gang. And they beat that nigga ass. Now.
Do we have any pictures?
There were pictures. They were deleted.
I'm talking about of his face.
Of Mr. Gibbs' face after the ass whooping?
The alleged whooping of ass, yes.
I have not seen him. I actually just didn't care at that point because all I knew was, and all I did care about was that somebody else had run up on Freddie Gibbs while he was eating to beat his ass over whatever beef they had. I know the beef between, like, I know the beef between him and Benny. I know the beef between him and Jim. I'm just saying, whatever beef, nigga, you are always caught slipping while you eating in public, like it's all good. You need to start Uber Eating it now.
Chill.
If you gonna make, I'm telling you right now, Alfredo don't hit.
Can't be a gangster rapper and not be gangster. Sometimes you gotta take the chance, bro.
And not even call
you
yourself.
You can Uber Eats it in every city and still go to a city
and call yourself Gangsta Gibbs. You ain't done what Jeezy said was right. And like, to be real, nigga, ain't nothing gangster about you.
Well,
that's not gangster. That's not.
I think it's a lot of niggas that would say it's gangster.
That's not gangster. Gangsterlicious.
It's not.
That's not gangster.
It's not gangster that he got his ass whooped, but did he back down?
Nigga,
you can get your ass. Hey, niggas, hey, you win or you lose.
You lose every fight though.
That just means you probably can't fight, but that don't make you not gangster. That just means you can't fight.
You didn't even have a gun.
There's plenty of gangsters out here that ain't never been in a fight. And they real legit gangsters. They ain't never touched nothing in their life. You know why? Because they's gangster enough to have a nigga do it for them. Plenty of them. Well, not plenty, but there's a few.
That's not what C Rabbit be predicting, like depicting in his music, nigga.
Well, I'm sure things go differently in Gary, Indiana than they do in Buffalo.
Look, man. Look, I said Gary, Indiana looked like it needed a wash down. I passed it and I was like, it looked like it did. It looked like it was dangerous enough. So I'm like, all right, it may not be.
I knew when Michael Jackson was from there, it was questionable.
I'm like, it's not gonna be my hood type of dangerous, but
I'm not scared of no nigga from the neighborhood that Joe Jackson beat his kids in.
Well, you know what I mean? We all got a Joe Jackson there's a Joe Jackson in every neighborhood. He just ain't producing no Michael Jackson because he beat.
So there's
the
not a
kids
Joe Jackson in every neighborhood. There's an abuser. There's a nigga that abuses his kids in every neighborhood.
Joe Jackson was. We've had this conversation.
No, there is such a thing as nigga natural talent and then beating the rest of it out of them.
Look,
they might have a bunch of trauma, but he did beat the rest of it out of them somehow.
Look, Joe Jackson beat his kids into millions of dollars in fame. I think a
billions,
lot of motherfuckers.
Billions. Get it together. Well, billions.
I'm just saying, it's like they collectively might make $1 billion, but you know,
no, one was like worth $1 billion. He died, and then the rest of them together, you're talking about probably at least multiple billions.
Well, you didn't have to beat Mike that much. He was the youngest one outside of Janet and shit. He already observed like, damn, he was beating the shit out of all my brothers and shit. I don't want no smoke.
Mike catalog gotta be
I don't want no smoke.
$1 billion. And motherfucking Janet shit can't be too far behind. The rest of them, yeah, they probably.
I wonder who got that piece of Sony that he owned.
The family estate. The family got it.
No, we got to split that shit, bro.
I mean, I'm sure they split it up amongst.
We got to get some splits off that. Like,
I'm sure they did.
Like for real, that nigga owned his catalog and a piece of.
Because that's why Mike was in debt when he died, bro. That's why he made sure he had his shit lined up in case some shit, because he thought nigga was trying to kill him anyway. That's why he made sure he had all his shit lined up. So in case some shit happened, which somehow
you never think it's gonna be the doctor that smoke you.
Bruh. I just needed you to put me to sleep. Not forever, nigga.
You smoke
for the night. I just needed a couple hours, bro. I didn't need and as an insomniac, that shit has. I've thought about that shit over the years. The older I get, like, yo, imagine being so out your mind and out of sleep and tired that you got the bread to hire a nigga to come give you prescription level surgery level prescription drugs to just get a couple Z's. You back up in 4 hours. That's how fucked up your circadian rhythm is. I think that's what it's called or some shit. That's how fucked up your shit is. You need prescription level drugs just to get a couple winks, nigga. That's crazy.
He needed was one of these, bro. That's all he needed. Was one of these.
I don't think Mike was that type of nigga. That probably. I think Michael one of them niggas weed probably made him paranoid. Probably didn't calm him down.
You know what?
Mike wasn't the type of nigga that was like. He was used to like superstar shit. He wasn't. His trauma was different.
Yeah, you right though. But you like there was like from the autopsy they did, and marijuana wasn't recovered from the system that I knew, that I could see or had seen. So it's like, nigga, you wasn't smoking no weed, nigga. If you not a weed smoker and you smoke chief the whole joint to yourself, you gonna be paranoid.
I'm sure
you gonna be hungry. You know, I'm saying, I'm sure he smoked before, but I'm saying
sure at some point in his life,
I'm sure he
smoked something.
But it's like you gonna be paranoid. You gonna get hungry. You gonna laugh at dumb shit. Your fingers might tingle a little bit.
That's not everybody.
But
that's the general.
I'm saying might. The end cause usually is the same though. When you're about to like really start to come down, you'll come right down. Most people.
I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I think that's one of them things. Same thing with like mushrooms. Shout out to mushrooms. It hit people different. It depends on what it is, how it is. I don't know if Mike was that type of nigga. Like just the way he come off, I don't know if Mike type of nigga you can smoke with. And if he don't get if he doesn't get paranoid, that boy going into straight music mode. He gonna start dancing and trying to write shit. Yo, nigga, look, is there a studio around here? Let's go.
And when
like,
he come down, it's gonna be
greatness will have been made, but he will be comfortable. But at the same time,
slumped right after.
About what was a 50-year-old man that just wanted a nap. Just wanted a nap.
Regardless, he wanted a nap, and BSF gave motherfucking Freddie Gibbs a nap.
Shout out to Gary, Indiana. I don't believe y'all as soft as Mr. Rabbit makes y'all look.
Yeah, C Rabbit make y'all look soft as hell. Like you didn't.
And that is word to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, fuck the Jackson family. Like
no, I'm saying that is word to Michael because I believe Joe Jackson wouldn't even take that shit.
Oh no, Joe Jackson
would have shot every nigga that hit him.
If we talking about young Joe Jackson today, like modern day Joe Jackson, he is in BSF. Like he in there now. Whoever there is somebody.
The only nigga in Gary, Indiana from BSF. That's hilarious.
Real shit. Like the only nigga that was like, man, what's wrong with your man? It's like, nigga, I don't know who that nigga is, bro. We beat niggas ass over here, nigga. I'm gonna beat that nigga ass for Gary, nigga. What's good?
We own it, cuz we own it.
And they, but is the thing. Is exactly what the shit that happened to him is. This is what I give that bitch ass, snitch ass nigga a little bit credit for. You never came out or was at the places where you knew motherfuckers would come for you.
Well, if you're smart, why would you be? Bitch ass nigga or not, if you're smart, why would you be? I don't think you get points for that. Because you could be a bitch ass nigga and be smart.
Yeah.
You don't get points for that.
Yeah, he was searching for clout. So it's like I'm not giving him credit, but it's just like Gibbs should just be smart. Like, just be smart. Like, yo, word. This new beef. This ain't like 2-3-year-old beef. This new beef.
Right.
You know what I mean? And them niggas that fucked his ass up, oh no, we ain't gonna let Benny fuck you up. We gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, because that's what I originally thought when I saw the headline. I'm like, yo, okay, so Benny must have seen this nigga, and then his people must have ran in or something, did this shit for him. Then I read the rest of it, or no, I read another tweet, I should say, because everything I saw was on Twitter. I read another tweet, and they was like, no, it was just Benny's homeboys. And then you're telling me, wasn't even his homeboys for real. It was just niggas that support him. That was like, what your bitch ass thought you was gonna do over here.
No, I'm saying it is his homeboys. That's BSF.
So it was BSF niggas that did hit him up.
Yeah, it's Black Soprano family. Them niggas. That's Benny's peoples.
I thought it was just like some fans or some shit.
Nah, no fans beat him up. I was like, if fans beat that nigga, dog, that nigga's name is Frederick now. If fans beat his ass, his name would be Frederick. Gibson. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, nigga. It would be one of those moments where I'm just like, you know what? You was actually funny when you was making fun of the nigga, but you on the same bitch level as academics. If a fan ran up on that nigga and beat that nigga ass, if a Benny fan ran up on him and beat his ass, that's crazy. That would be crazy.
That's the other thing about Gibbs. Academics can't keep saving them. You can't keep hoeing academics as your savior till you getting hoed, nigga. At some point, we gotta acknowledge the fact that you hoeing yourself and getting hoed. Nigga. You can't keep making fun of academics talking about you gonna squeeze his titties and then thinking we gonna forget that your ass is getting your ass beat.
Yeah, some niggas running up on you and squeezing
you still ain't slapped that nigga. Yeah, right. You still ain't slapped him. You just keep talking shit like, no, at this point, you gotta do something. Gary, Freddie Gibbs gotta slap the shit out of somebody. I don't know who. It's gotta be, it can't even be, he gotta do academics anyway, but it can't be academics for no, like, you gotta slap Conway, you gotta slap Benny, you gotta slap Benny, mama, somebody, nigga. I don't know.
Don't tell that nigga to do that. Don't tell that nigga to do that.
Benny, I'm bullshitting. I'm bullshitting. I'm literally bullshitting.
You would have the Oregon Trail of niggas from Buffalo running like
all of New York will be on your ass.
Will be
one way or another.
Straight to Gary, Indiana, looking for this nigga. They will burn the city down. You touch one of these niggas' mamas, bro. Oh my god! If you show up outside of their mama churches trying to be intimidating, oh my god!
Oh. That shit would be. Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
You know what?
It'd be great to see, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Don't be walking around nowhere and shit, and like you see a nigga with a BSF chain on or a Griselda chain on, or possibly one on. You may not. It may look like a fake one. You don't even know if it's real. Don't be wearing no Alfredo shirt.
If the fans start whooping your ass,
look, bro. All I'm saying, I was actually looking forward to the next album that he was gonna do with Madlib, and I'm just like, I don't even want to hear that shit now because I'm just gonna feel like it's all
to the single no more. That's what I'm saying. I've been feeling uncomfortable listening to his music because it's like, bro, I can't support.
Couldn't trust him how to dust him like Christopher Montesanti. I'm like, no, you didn't. Shut up.
And look, and really, look, that's a great song and a great line in that song. It's not like the nigga can't rap. It's just I'm starting to think maybe you can't back up what you say you can back up, and that bothers me when I want to listen to you. And I think a certain idea of like if Benny got his ass whooped by Cardi, like if for some reason in some alternate universe Cardi B and Benny got into a fucking, I say Benny because he's one of your favorite niggas. If Cardi B and Benny got into an altercation and Cardi B beat the shit out of that nigga, ain't nobody gonna look at Cardi B crazy. That's Cardi. You know, they both from New York, But you know, is the next Benny album gonna sound? Is it gonna hit as hard when you know Cardi beat the shit out of him?
Did she Charles Hamilton beat the shit out of him, or did she just beat the shit out of him? Like she just smack the nigga around here and fight back?
No, we talking about like, and this is the alternate universe Benny the Butcher. So like he's fighting back and got whooped. We're not talking about this Benny the Butcher. We're talking about alternate universe Benny the Butcher gets in full-blown fist fight with Cardi B. Cardi B wins. Is that next album hitting the same, my nigga?
Fuck his next album hitting the same, nigga. Like I don't listen to his shit no more. I don't like you done. I'm like I wouldn't listen to it no more. I would just be like, come on, bro. First you fighting a woman and you lost. What are you doing?
No. Those are two separate things. First off, you're fighting a woman.
That's what I said. You're fighting a woman.
Then you lost. And you lost. Like, how did you let that happen? You took what was coming with being the bitch ass nigga of fighting her, and still, all right. It's not like you was gonna get kudos if you won. You was still gonna be a bitch if you won, but nigga, you had the nerve to lose.
That's why I'm saying like him smacking academics wouldn't do shit for him at all. It doesn't do anything.
That doesn't count. That's just something you were supposed to do years. That don't count towards this shit. Nigga, you like slapped academics 3 years ago. Nigga.
Yeah, but
that shit ain't even really funny no more.
If he smacked him tomorrow for try and clout chase it and shit, it would be like stock that didn't move. Like if you had $4.16,
that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, you still at $4.16, nigga.
The market kind of predicted at some point that would happen.
Yeah, it or should have happened. Like you shouldn't be getting your ass whooped by Harlem niggas and Buffalo niggas. Matter of fact, there might be a parallel to what I was saying too, because I'm like Harlem is like the North End, and Detroit is like Buffalo. He might not want to come here neither. That might be a problem. He might run into one. He might make one. I'm just saying. It's
So
a
what's
parallel.
I don't think that's fair though. What's Brooklyn in Detroit? Then?
What's Brooklyn in Detroit?
What's the Bronx? What's Brooklyn? If we're gonna break it down, boroughs. And Buffalo ain't even part of the boroughs. Buffalo is its own thing.
Midtown, like Wayne State area, would probably be Brooklyn. The most gentrified area now.
Bronx pretty okay. So what would the Bronx be?
But I'm saying Brooklyn.
Like I know what you're gonna say.
Brooklyn. I'm gonna say Brooklyn is way more gentrified.
Okay, no, I said okay. Yeah. What would the Bronx be though? Because I feel like I know what you're gonna say with the Bronx.
Southwest.
No, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
What you thought I was gonna say?
Just downtown Detroit. Just regular downtown.
Manhattan. Why wouldn't it be? That's where the money is.
No. It's not our Manhattan. Our Manhattan.
What would our Manhattan be?
Our Manhattan. Our Manhattan is technically, and I say this because they're synonymous, even though it's not the same place. Technically, our Manhattan is Windsor.
Stop it. I see what I you don't even gotta explain it because I can see how you are. I see how you did it, but it's no.
Technically.
No.
Technically. You gotta cross the bridge or the tunnel. It's right there. Mad money, life, people, da.
Nah. Anyway.
I'm just saying, bing, bing, bong. Nigga, I'm just saying. It's right there in your face.
The west side is Queens. And I'm gonna say the east side is Staten Island. If I had to break it down, that's what I would put it down.
Staten Island?
No disrespect to the island, but it's ashy.
I would say no disrespect to the east side. Staten Island is definitely worse than the east side. Oh, fuck out of here. Hey, look, as a nigga that definitely admits that the east side needs lotion.
The west side needs lotion.
Well, not as much as the east side. We've had this conversation. We've had this conversation too. West side needs suave. East side needs a vino. It's two different levels, nigga. One needs more moisture. They both need to be more moist, but one needs more moisture, my nigga. Stop.
Look, fam. Look. They need lotion. All right, cool. Both do. Like both.
East side need the shit with them little beads in it to make sure it get in your skin and activate, nigga. That 24-hour sheen, nigga. It need that sheen, nigga.
This nigga's talking about exfoliants.
Yes, the east side needs to exfoliate. I think the west side is properly exfoliated. We should just start washing our face every night as opposed to every other night. Whereas the east side ain't washed their face in 6 months.
Let's just call it this.
Shout out to the east side.
For currently, who formerly was known as Big Boss Rabbit or Skinny Suge. Formerly known.
This is official now?
This is official. I'm making this is a thing. To the man formerly known as Freddie Gibbs, Big Boss Rabbit, Gangsta Gibbs. I said Big Boss Rabbit, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yep. Man formerly known as those things is now referred to here on and therefore by as C Rabbit. A further fuckery.
I'm not comfortable with that.
He's further than B.
I feel like it should be D because I feel like C has implications that it shouldn't. I feel like it should be D Rabbit. Because C, if you say C Rabbit, certain niggas might hear that and go, huh? What you mean? You know what I mean? I feel like it should be D-Rap. And if we're really grading this nigga and we're downgrading him, come on. Pause. Let's give him that D. You feel me?
D Rabbit.
So you do agree with me.
And shall no longer be referred to as the former aliases that were just discussed. If any fuckery shall continue to or any bitch assness of any sort, he shall then become, and this is in a box stored just in case this fuckery happens, as Frederick Gibson. And
that's
a
when
Mr.
You gotta put that shit in the box and throw that shit in the ocean with Jacques Cousteau in them. And
there shall never be a Mr. that should be attainable to be attached to his name. Now, if you want to be a real nigga like Mr. Samuel L. Jackson and Mr. Morgan Freeman, Mr. Michael Caine, I think there's a sir on that shit too. You want to be like one of them?
No, correct yourself. There is a sir on that shit.
Sir, Mr. Michael Caine. You want to be like that and shit. You want to be a hero. You get a Mr. at the very least attached to your shit. But when you become a bitch ass nigga and lose fights, that you start with a beef. Not saying you started the fight, but your man started the beef.
And that's the next part of this conversation.
And if you start the beef and you get your ass whooped, that makes it worse. So therefore, we just gonna let this be. The Mr. shall never be attached to your name. I'm sorry.
But hold on.
Never.
You never answered my question. We can solidify that. We can set that in stone. We can make that engraved and etch that into the history of this podcast. We can do that. But you never answered my question, Nick. Do you lose gangster points just because you can't fight? I don't think that's fair.
Yes.
I don't think that's fair.
Yes.
I don't think you should start fights if you know you can't fight. But I also think getting jumped is one thing. And I think you can be gangster and not know how to fight.
I don't believe in the second one. I do believe in the first one.
I've seen it.
I did.
Boy ain't never touched nothing. Boy ain't never left his house. Damn near. Boy ain't touched nothing. But he got motherfuckers that he can pay or motherfuckers that he can get motherfuckers that he can pay to do almost whatever he needed at the time.
Money is money. Money buys shit.
And that's gangster.
But I think that's just being smart. Being and utilizing what you have around you to
you're naming gangster traits.
I'm naming gangster traits, but I don't think to the consideration of what's formerly known as Gangsta Gibbs is that type of gangster that he's trying to portray. You know what I mean? When like that type of gangster that I feel like he's trying to portray, you have had to do with like some shit to get it done. You personally have had to earn some bones.
It's hard to portray yourself as a rapper that only calls the shots. You can't be, but because it's hard to portray yourself as a rapper if you only call the shots. You can't be a gangster rapper and talk about how you just get niggas to do shit for you. It's a little harder to do. You gotta, and even if you do get to that point where you're doing that, you gotta build that repertoire with your audience. Most gangster rappers are talking about shit that they've done, shit people they know have done, or shit that they either wanted to do or dreamed of doing. Nigga.
But
take the real, the authenticity of the situation.
The level of gangster he tries to portray is a nigga that earned his bones through however you earned it. You earned your title as a gangster. Now,
did he earn it or did he just start calling himself that? Because a lot of niggas do that too and then still get popular. And niggas just know them as gangsters. Ain't never been gangster day in their life, but niggas know them as that because that formula you just said. Not saying that's Freddie Gibbs, but I'm saying, like, because I do believe Freddie Gibbs a little more than your average rapper that I'm just like, I don't know. But I also think Freddie Gibbs clearly doesn't know how to fight as well as we all thought he might have before.
I kind of feel. Remember when I said after Jim Jones whooped his ass the last time? That's a wild shit to say.
That wasn't even 6 months ago.
It wasn't. I think it was January.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't even 6 months ago, bro.
Like, nigga, like whooped his ass the last time. I told you, I'm like, I'm pretty confident I could beat Freddie Gibbs' ass now. Like, I'm pretty fucking confident. Now I
asked you who do you think you could beat between Jim and Freddie, and you was like Freddie.
Like, yeah, that's a hands down. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm like, me and Jim gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. Yeah, Freddie. Yeah, I beat his ass. At the time, I'll just straight beat your ass.
I'm curious to see if he can throw hands. Like, I've never actually paid attention to any scuffle this nigga's been into. I want to see if he can throw down. I don't know.
I'm confident now I could whoop his ass with COVID.
I'm confident now. You said if you had COVID, you could whoop his ass?
Yeah, if I had COVID, like actually had symptoms, like I could whoop his ass. Not asymptomatic. Like, I'm talking about a nigga with a cough and shit. Like,
let me ask you this.
Let me ask you
this. Do you think, I guess that kind of says it, but do you think that if we thought Freddie Gibbs could fight and you had to fight him, would you be surprised if you got the win?
No.
Prior to all of this happening, if some weird, another alternate universe situation, right? Me and you, for some reason, we run into Freddie Gibbs and y'all have a problem.
Probably will after this podcast, but all right, yeah.
Maybe. Shit. Yeah, we both might after this, but still, it was just fucked up because I wanted to work with him. But
he ain't gangster no more.
I didn't want to work with him because I thought he was gangster. I want to work with him because I think the niggas can rap. I think he's a good rapper, but you also have to, you got to back up some of that shit. Nigga. I don't know. Like, you got to at least know how to fight. That was my question. Do you have more respect for the nigga that can fight or that can shoot? Because everybody can learn how to fight. Everybody can learn how to shoot. Is it more respectable? Okay, so we talking about niggas that,
mind you, I enjoy I adore the fact that no one died from this. Like, no one got shot. There was no gunshots fired. None of that shit. I'm all for that because this was a scrap. Hands was thrown.
I mean, real niggas know there is such a thing as I just want to beat you. I don't want to kill you. I just want to beat your ass.
You just want to beat your ass. It's it.
I have no interest in killing you, hurting you, anything.
Going to prison for this. I want to beat your ass. That's it. That's it. Bro.
Once I get it out of my system, we good. I just want to fuck you up real quick.
Like, we are good. That's it. That's all we like. I gotta beat your ass and we can move on with life.
I feel like since both can be taught and learned, they're equally respectable. It's just the execution, which is why you say, which is exactly why you made the statement you just made, which was, I'm surprised that nobody get killed.
No, I'm glad nobody got killed because but I will say this. I can shoot and throw hands. I believe you should be able to do both. But I ultimately believe that you should learn how to use your hands before you learn how to shoot.
I think you should learn how to use your mouth before you learn how to do either. You should learn how to use your mouth and your hands. If you can't use this to get you out of shit, then this got to back you up. If this and this don't back you up, pull that bitch out. Fuck it. Let it go.
Yeah, but generally, most people, especially kids now, getting into their first fights and
Kids
shit.
supposed to fight. I'm talking about adults. Kids are supposed to throw them bitches. You supposed to do that. I seen some shit the other day about that. I was like,
but
nigga, kid,
personality
you
is
supposed to do
personality.
that.
Yeah,
that's true. And you might have that kid that might want to kill a nigga, might not know how to go into the bathroom and go 30 seconds with a nigga. Once you get them on the floor, you let them get back up. Some niggas don't know how to let you get back up. They just keep pummeling your ass. And then the nigga find a body and Grand Theft Auto in the bathroom. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be wild. Like,
regardless, like, I think you need to learn how to use these first. Use your hands first. Use your legs, whatever. Learn how to fight.
Use your words, then your hands. Then use the bullets, nigga. If it gets to the bullets, do it. Use your words in your hands. Use your words first. Your words can diffuse a lot of shit if you say it the right way. You just gotta know how to say it.
Yeah. And I think a part of my zen too is the fact that I know how to do both. And I'm always all right.
And I don't think this is a situation that Freddie could have diffused with words. I don't.
No,
I'm not saying that to say that. This was definitely smoke.
This was smoke.
Yeah, you had to use hands or guns.
Yeah. But I'm a person that is always all right. If you know what I mean. I have like a confidence, like I'm okay. I know I'm gonna be okay. If any situation presents itself, I should be all right. And if the worst presents itself, I'm gonna be all right. My kid, my wife's gonna be okay. We're good. Everybody don't feel that way. So sometimes they overcompensate. Sometimes they undercompensate because they expect to overcompensate.
That's true. Some people, and that's the problem with using your words. Sometimes some people think words can get a job done, but only your hands can. Sometimes ain't no talking, nigga.
When a nigga tell you, look in your face and it's like, get up.
Ain't no talking. You got to get up or stay your ass sit down and just get beat up while you sitting down.
And they not gonna have niggas not gonna have a problem with that. Just not gonna have a problem with that. Believe me, I've been the person delivering the pummeling once, and I've seen it happen way more than that. When it's like get up, it's real.
I've definitely been the guy that tried to diffuse the get up. I've definitely been the guy that tried to diffuse the get up before. Niggas have definitely, like, I want to say like high school. Nigga, yo, all right, what's up, nigga? And I wasn't even talking shit, but it was just you had a problem, and I'm all right, no, square up, nigga. For what? What are we doing? What are you mad about? Did I do something to you, nigga? At a certain point in time, if it just come out of nowhere, you just gotta go like, huh? But do you get up or not? You gotta still get up.
you know,
still get up.
The one get up I had where dude didn't get up. He was just, I'm sorry. No, get up. And he didn't pummel.
I had two situations where a nigga didn't get up.
But it was like, in my head, I was like, all right, if you did get up, I'm going to sock the shit out of you before you even get your hands up. So it really doesn't fucking matter. Like, you just either could take this shit. You can either take this shit standing up or you're going to take this shit sitting down. Either way, you get knocked the fuck out.
When I say square up, nigga, I mean, I want you to have a fair shot.
I didn't say square up. I said get up.
Yeah, no. Even if I say get up, nigga, I mean get up and square up, nigga. If I say get up, that's not because I'm about to sneak your ass. No, if I say get up, I want you fair shot, nigga. What's up?
At the bit, like if I tell you to get up, you ain't have to like already off the rip. You didn't have the respect to get up when you know it was smoke when I was walking towards you. All right, you gonna get up? If you like, and either take this punch in the face like Omar Gooden delivered to them niggas in Baby Boy, or I'm gonna beat you like beat you down like a silverback gorilla like that's on a meth kick. Whichever one, it's up to you because it's smoke now. You knew I'm the op.
Right.
I doubt anybody that whooped Freddie Gibbs' ass, aka D-Rabbit, his ass. I doubt doubt not none of them niggas had a BSF channel.
It had to be at least one.
At least one. Like even the small BSF chains that I've seen that he put on it, you can see that it says BSF on it. You can see the letters, my nigga. If the whole chain is just a gold link, the BSF is diamonds, nigga. You see it?
That's a fact.
Fam.
But before we move on, and you're right, Freddie Gibbs is now D-Rabbit.
D-Rabbit.
But before we move on, I need to hit this porcelain like a racehorse in the Sahara. So I am going to run an ad. Can I run an ad? I can't run an ad. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave you to talk to our 3 Twitch viewers while I urinate and turn on this air conditioning. I'll be back, y'all.
The traumas and everything that I have to deal with and endure. This week, and probably for the foreseeable future, who knows? This episode has been brought to you by Zoom. Now, Zoom is what we originally started doing this on as far as our recording process, audio, when me and the homie couldn't be together in the same studio and getting this audio dope delivered, shipped straight to you. But when we use Zoom, now we can deliver the same actual content to our Twitch streamers, YouTube, other DSPs and streaming services at the exact same time, which means update city. So if you using it and like deciding that you want a podcast or thinking that it's something within your lane, this may be a route for you too. You growing with us, we growing with you. We using Zoom, we elevating this podcast game. You know what I mean? We God's at it. So check out Zoom. It may be something that you may want to check out to prepare yourself, prepare your podcast, your ideal, whatever that you're thinking about doing and getting that audio dope into the world. Also, it's also brought to you by Spotify. Spotify does fuck with us. We fuck with them. We deliver our audio like one of our exclusive DSPs is through Spotify. So, like, especially for our audio. So check that out for us, and especially. But you definitely have the opportunity, especially through Spotify, with all of their options and everything like that, to put your own podcast up on to Spotify. And yeah, that is like that's one of the main questions that I usually get as far as podcasting. It's like, how do you or where do you guys put your stuff? How do you get it on there?
Please
Spotify.
You're not doing a Riverside ad.
I was doing a Spotify ad. I already did a Zoom ad.
Oh.
But yeah, that's one. That's what like that. That is what I do tell people.
Fuck Riverside.
But, yeah, I was not. I said for the foreseeable future. I'm telling the people, it's like
at least for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, yeah. We growing.
I'm not gonna say fuck. I don't fully.
Told the peoples. I told the peoples like you growing with us, we growing with y'all. Like you know what I mean.
The system just a little jankier than
you know
it be at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hold on, turn this light. The light fell off. Fuck.
See, also the type of this insanity that I deal with. But we do appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody that listens to the show around the world, across the pond, everybody in the different states. Like, share, subscribe to your peoples. This is completely raw, unedited in most ways, unfiltered, knowingly false at times pod.
And shout out to you if you watch it on Twitch. Part of your beauty of following my Twitch page is that you get this podcast raw. You know why? Because I nuke every fucking VOD. You know why? Because DMCA exists and we say a lot of wild shit that I don't want to affect me possibly getting monetized on Twitch in the future. So if you watch it here, you get it for free, live, raw, and uncut. If you watch it later, you get the edited, still raw version. And if you buy it later on maybe a Patreon, we might set up to get like a VOD or something, the whole bitch. You never know what might happen.
I will say, if you approach me probably like 3 years from now or whenever, you said this in this one episode, I'm probably not going to remember. So, not unless I was like dearly passionate about something. Yeah, you gonna get the face like, who are you?
There's been a few people, like not, I think it's probably been people close to us and people that like I know, but like have listened to the podcast, but I don't talk to a lot, that have like brought up like, yo, that one shit y'all said was funny as fuck. That one episode, I'm like, great. What episode are you talking? What I said? What?
Yeah,
I don't remember saying that.
it is like the weirdest thing though to be reminded of some shit that you said that you completely forgot about. Like, look, if we put together 206 episodes and we say we recorded 2 hours a piece, that's a lot of hours of time.
You want me to remember that shit from that one episode you listened to?
Yeah, and at one point in time, we were doing this shit twice a week.
That
so it's
too.
like,
that was a good 8 months of that. So
yeah, I don't remember. Look, from that time, I only remember highlight episodes. That is it. And that's little shit from that. Like,
I was drinking so much back then. I don't remember none of that shit till I hear it.
Like
and then I hear it and be like, oh, that was funny as fuck. Damn, we did
like,
that.
It's like, wow.
I was
so much
drinking like a fucking fish back then. Like,
yeah, it was kind of unhealthy. It was unhealthy for a lot of reasons. Yeah. No more Tito's. No more Tito's.
Yeah. I'm definitely a Seagram's nigga.
No more Tito's.
I had some Tito's the other day and I was like, I don't like this shit. I like Texas. I like vodka. I like Austin.
Vodka is disgusting.
Texas, but I like certain vodkas. But in Tito's, it does taste good in terms of like being mixed with certain shit. But in terms of consuming a lot of it, nah, bro. After about a half pint, I'm good. I don't need, if I drink a half pint of Tito's, I don't need nothing else to drink. I can drink Seagram's all night and be fine. I drink Tito's, that shit could go either way.
I had a vodka shot in Denver last year at this distillery where they made like their own whiskey, gin, vodka. They made something else too. They made like five different liquors, just minus tequila and no tequila, no cognac. I remember that. Those two days they didn't make. Mm-hmm. But the vodka that they had, bro, I took a shot of that. I'm like, yo, this is what vodka's supposed to taste like. Like,
you know, there's some really good vodka.
Like, I still didn't fuck with the fact that it was vodka, but I'm like, yo, this.
If I was gonna drink vodka, this is pretty good vodka.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact,
a lot of vodka is trash, bro.
When
like, even high-priced vodka, a lot of vodka is trash. It's just trash liquor, honestly.
Yeah, it's. You know what I think it is? I think it's one of those things almost like tequila. Like,
as I crack,
I feel.
Secrets. Like I said, if I'm gonna drink vodka,
that's nasty. That's nasty.
It's gonna be that OG bump face. You did.
That's nasty.
I feel like that's the flyest shit a nigga can do. Cause think about it, nigga.
No.
Your uncle drank bumpy face. Your granddaddy definitely drank bumpy face, and your great granddaddy that's all he had to drink. Nigga, the fuck? The fuck is you talking about? Niggas know about that bump, nigga.
From what I know, as far as vodka drinkers from my family, like real from vodka drinkers from my family.
I don't have a lot of drink. I'm probably the biggest drinker in my family, so I don't have like a reference.
I'm talking about like all time, like as far as drink that what I can consider drinking bumpy face, like they drank that like for real,
I think my
was
uncle might have indulged
my uncle,
in that.
my uncle Paul, and he was married into the family, but
My
he went
granddad
to
definitely had CBD.
he went to Nam, so yeah.
My granddad was a whiskey nigga though.
But
He used to keep the dwarves.
I always saw this unnamed bottle of fucking tequila like that. But I mean, it was unnamed. I mean, there was no label. You just knew it was there. Yeah, and then it got low, and before you knew it, it was filled up again.
That was that homebrew, nigga.
Yeah, so I
he
like
had a plug on that shit.
I didn't know where the fuck it was coming from, but I just knew that was tequila. That was for real. And the only reason I knew off the rip, one of the two. And my dad's mom, my grandmother, she was a beer drinker, so she drank brew. Grandfather, her husband, he was a whiskey drinker. He was a whiskey man. My mom liked champagne, and yeah, my sister likes rum. My brother doesn't drink, and I like tequila. Like there ain't no vodka really in there outside of my uncle Paul, who's married into the family. May he rest in peace.
I think my uncle did. One of my uncles did everything. One of my aunts did everything. And I say everything, meaning like all the liquor, like they drank. They just drank. They didn't care. They drink whatever just to drink. And both of them, ironically, were had a problem with it. But my uncle doesn't smoke or drink, never has. My other uncle, the one that's still alive, and my mom drinks sparingly. She might run through a quarter of a bottle of wine every 3-4 months. Like she does not drink for real. Like in a quarter bottle of wine, get her like that's 2 cups that should get her together. She good. Or if if she want to fuck with me or something, I'll be like, Ma, you need to fuck with this shit. She'll drink some liquor with me or something, but she just need 1 cup and be like, I'm cool, nigga. I'm good. I've the only thing I've got my mom onto other than that was probably the CBD. She ain't fucking with no THC, no nothing. She fuck with wine and a little bit of CBD.
Mama Ortega made wine, and she still has some like in the basement, but she made it as like a hobby,
or
like it's like it's something to do. And I'm not the last person to have a bottle of the wine. I'm not, but I snagged the bottle before going out to the club one night because I didn't feel like going to. Now it took some shit to get to this fucking bottle. Like it's in the basement, but it's like a room within like the basement walls and shit like that leads to another room that was just closed off. So I had to drill off part of the fucking wall to go into this bitch to grab a bottle. And it was the strongest wine I ever had in my life because it was like aged for like 20 years, but it was delicious.
I bet.
Like
it's been aged that fucking long, it better be.
It was older than me at the time.
I'd have been mad because I was got the bitch. If it was sitting in the liquor cabinet and you got a hold of that bitch before I could, and it was sitting down there 20 years, or it's been aging 20 years, nigga.
She don't drink it.
I'm gonna be mad as fuck that shit.
I told her I did it, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you know. I thought I've given you something before." I'm like, "No." I was expecting to be mad. Like I was expecting her to be mad, and it's like, all right.
I usually
but it was just like a hobby for her.
When my mom does drink, at least since I've been of drinking age, when my mom does drink, I usually finish the bottle because she's like, after it at the most, she'll drink half the bottle. And that's like over the course of 2 nights or a week. And she'll drink 2 nights out that week. And then she'll drink that'll be like half the bottle. She'll be like, hey, you can have the rest of that shit.
My dad is the reason why I have a rum. Well, I love rum. Like he did that experiment which most parents or dads or uncles do, where they give their kid or their nephew a little bit of sip of some shit and expect them not.
My mom did that to me, ironically.
and expect you not to like it, and it's like, yeah, that's why you shouldn't drink. Why you watching them drink, which is stupid.
Well,
and
that didn't happen for me, but
and my dad put a little like he was putting some rum in some of his Coke, and I had like a little McDonald's cup of shit. I was maybe like 9, 10. He was like, "You want to sip?" And I was like, "Yeah, put some in there." I don't know what the fuck it was. I just knew it smelled strong when he opened the bottle. Put some in there, and I could taste the rum, and I was like, "This shit tastes good." And he did not expect me to like it. He was like, "Damn, I shouldn't have gave you that." And I was
like, "Too late, nigga."
Yeah, too late now. And I don't know where you keep it.
I think, but I don't know. I think, nigga, you are the one. You, Mr. Ortega, were the one that got me into entertaining the idea of trying different beer, because I'm not a beer drinker. I'm a nigga off top. I like alcohol. I'm not gonna say I don't care. I have my preferences. My preferences: whiskey, gin, tequila. After that, and then we get into cognac. And after that, we get into your vodkas and your, everything else, your rums, whatever. I'm not a big rum guy.
Anyway, I don't like nothing white.
Just depends on the day for me. But you were the one that got me into the beer thing, which was like, yo, try this beer, try this beer. Yo, you ever had this beer? You ever had that beer? I'm not a beer guy. Doesn't matter how many of them I've tried with you, how many of them I've tried by myself. I'm not a beer guy. My mom keeps me up on the wine when she does drink. She'll put me up on some shit. My mom and other females I deal with put me on wine and shit like that. I'm just a liquor guy. I like when I want to drink. If I want to drink alcohol, if it's not just solely related to a meal, I need some liquor. If it's a meal, give me a glass of wine or two, I'm good. If I'm trying, we partying, bring the liquor out and stop playing.
See, I'll drink. I just don't like nothing white, like nothing. Like, I love rum, but I do not fuck with light rum.
I like white rum more than dark rum. That's crazy.
I can't fuck.
I like white rum more than dark rum.
Not fuck with white rum. Like, I can drink white tequila, but it doesn't taste as good to me as dark tequila. Yeah, it's like it's like I remember being like 21, 20, 19 drinking, and all the OGs, the big homies, was like, "Man, you drinking that white, nigga. You ain't gonna fuck with that shit when you get around 30 or you get older." And I'm like, "Nigga, it's alcohol." I'm like, I remember saying, like, "Nigga, it's alcohol. It tastes like alcohol
when you get older, nigga."
Yeah, and
it's different.
Yeah, the last time I had vodka, my wedding, my nigga. That was the last time I had it. Like,
I drank gin that whole. I drank whiskey the night before and gin that whole day.
I took a shot out of one of the fucking I took one of them little airplane bottles of vodka from one of y'all shits, and like I drank one like in the middle of the night when we was playing 2K. But yeah, I was drinking.
That was probably some cheap shit too, so that's not a good shot to take.
I just don't like take. I don't take the vodka, but I do fuck with gin. Matter of fact, yeah, we do fuck with gin.
We fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's Seagram's, Bombay, but gin, beef eater. I don't give a fuck.
No, I only fuck with Bombay. I only fuck with Bombay gin.
I fuck with a couple different Aviator. You ever had Ryan Reynolds gin?
No, I wanted to try it though.
Fire.
Really? What's the name? Snoop came out with a gin. Indigo.
I ain't see that.
Yeah,
I always see his wine. I had that. I remember you told me. Yeah, you told me
that shit had me fucked up.
I tried it one day. It was good. I liked it. It was heavy. I remember you telling me it was heavy. It was heavy, but it was good. It tasted good.
That shit had me fucked.
19 Crimes shit. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's
great. That's great wine. I fuck with 19 Crimes.
Don't you know they gave Martha one? The
steward?
steward. I knew you was gonna say that. The steward, nigga. Yes, the steward that gave her a 19 Crimes bottle. I seen that shit in the liquor store.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yo.
bro, that's what's up.
I
That's
gotta
what's
see
up.
it. Oh man, I gotta see if them shits at Meyer. I'm gonna grab me a bottle of that shit tomorrow. And
They
shit,
gave
the
Martha the
wine.
19 Crimes joint.
The
Nigga.
Martha.
I'm like, I gotta fuck with it. I gotta fuck with it.
Look, y'all niggas don't even know. But Martha Stewart, we took her 8th in the draft. I mean, in the draft and shit. And y'all didn't even know that I was gonna pop up, and she became Steph Curry out here for the squad. Like Martha been out here, bro. Martha put in her dude. She ain't snitch. Like, man, Martha 10 toes down, bro. I fuck with Martha.
Always and forever. I knew when she started fucking with Snoop, bro. I knew what it was.
Man, it's like Martha been black, bro. I've been telling
you knew when she wasn't. You knew when she went to jail and had the opportunity to be like, "Hey, I'm taking all you bitches with me." She was like, "Huh? Yeah, no, they told me that shit. You said you got that on tape. You said you said you got that on tape. Okay, bet.
Mm-hmm.
Who gave you that information? Oh, I don't. Well, gave me the information. I don't remember. I just heard it. I don't know.
Word. Shit. I don't. you telling me some new shit? Word.
Damn. Sat down for that little what they give her, like 400 days or something? They gave her like a year or two, something like that. She got out cleaner and clean, nigga.
And Martha Crip walked
cleaner
her
than
ass
Mr.
up out that
Clean,
bitch.
nigga. and then linked up with Snoop. Like fuck it.
Martha and Snoop are Crip walking and cooking dinners now.
Remember, that was the meme back in the day. That was the meme that came. That was one of the OG memes that came out back in the day when Martha got out. It was like, it was a picture of her and Snoop in the kitchen. And it was like, who's the felon in this picture? Naturally, you would say Snoop from what you would think of Snoop. But no. The only felon in that picture is Miss Stewart.
Martha.
And
Martha,
you know what?
held it down.
She wear that shit like a badge, like a real G, nigga. Fuck
and
it.
She was 10 toes.
She wear that shit like a real G.
She was 10 toes. You put some respect on Martha Stewart name. You know what? Speaking of and shit.
It's Big Martha. Nigga, stop playing.
You know what? Big Boss Martha. That's what we calling it right now.
Transfer it. Yeah,
yeah. Big Boss Martha.
Wait, you okay with that? That's a white woman. You okay with that?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
A middle-aged one at that. You okay with that?
She's not even. We took her in the draft, nigga. We good. She already on
year we take her. We took her like what, 08, 09?
That was
been had her.
I'm about to say,
Martha been gang since
I'm about to say,
when did she?
When did she, like 2 years before she got the indictment, we took her in that draft.
Let me Google that shit. Hey Siri.
You still be asking your Siri questions.
Shut up. Hey Siri.
She don't fuck with you.
Shut up.
I told you she don't fuck with you.
You're ruining it, nigga. Hold on.
Hey, I'm coming through your headphones.
You're throwing me off though. I'm setting off this nigga Siri. Hey Siri. I forgot my question. What was my question? Right, Martha. When she went to jail, I'm gonna type it. Fuck it. When did Martha go to jail?
How you gonna ask the nigga? I'm like a mid drink, like
because I'm hearing this nigga's phone go off and shit. This nigga George phone going off in the background when I'm saying it.
I've been you the only nigga I know where all his robo bitches don't fuck with him. Like all of your robo bitches don't fuck with you.
I typed in fuck
Siri
you.
Don't fuck with you. Alexa don't fuck with you.
First off,
your Cortana didn't fuck with you. Like none of your robo bitches fuck with you.
Cortana did, and I never took her seriously. First off,
none of us did. She was for the streets.
That Cortana, not the actual Cortana. Second off. The Windows Phone Cortana was definitely for the streets. Halo Cortana was not for the streets.
Nah, she not for the streets.
Halo Cortana was a real one. I forgot what else I was gonna say, but nigga, why did I type in when did Martha and the Google search automatically said when did Martha Stewart die?
I swear y'all be trying to kill her. I didn't. It took me 6 hours after Kevin Samuels.
I typed in when did Martha. You see what's second? That's all I type in. When did Martha?
Damn,
The
y'all think
second
she
search is
dead?
when did Martha Stewart die? And then the third one is when did she go to jail? She went
About
to jail
2 years.
in 04.
So we took her in the 02 draft.
No, we took her. She went to jail in 04. When she get out, that's when we took her.
Nah, it was before the indictment. It was before the indictment for sure.
Nah,
Niggas
because we ain't know the ins and outs.
We was already fucking with her though.
What
we
did Martha Stewart die from? Why are y'all trying to kill Martha Stewart?
Bro, I told you.
Did Martha Stewart go to jail for Snoop Dogg? Google, what is going on? Well, okay, I guess we're doing part 2 now, because this nigga apparently froze the fuck up. Any moment now, people. Any moment. Oh, here we go. My favorite Mexican. There he is. I've had to keep these people entertained this whole time, because on Zoom, you don't have to shut out the whole thing when your shit disconnects.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, my bad, everyone. It's thunderstorming up here and shit, and it looks like power is going all types of crazy and shit, because like my Xbox turned off randomly without.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
you have
that happened.
Power surge or some shit?
It didn't seem like none of the lights flickered or anything. Like that happened during the podcast. I just kind of just kept it just moving throughout it. But yeah, that shit just turned off. TV was on, box turned off, and the internet box, which is fucking brand new, just randomly started doing old internet box shit. So
week to week, we know how to make me more and more of an editor, don't we? Just the universe is just honing in on this, huh?
That's what the universe needs.
Apparently.
Yeah. But shout out to
Martha. I
Martha.
go to record something, I gotta do extra.
But Martha, a real nigga. That's
Martha is, excuse my vodka burp. Martha is a real nigga.
So last thing.
Well, wait, no, nigga.
No, one of the last
broke up.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was
we need to talk about it.
Yeah, we do need to talk about the Migos breaking up. How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you care?
Do you know more than me? Because I just heard Offset unfollow Quavo, which I guess internet wise is inherently a bad thing. I mean, you don't just randomly unfollow your mans, much less do you randomly unfollow your family and their family.
I'm gonna say this, Mr. 93rd Son, for everybody that's
better than a Gibson, huh?
For all those, that should be the title of the podcast.
Better than a Gibson.
Yeah. Everybody's doing better than a Gibson right now.
Yikes.
Right?
Yikes.
I'm gonna say this. Someone that had Bad and Bougie played at their wedding, and I had requested it on purpose.
They had Lil Uzi on the song. I didn't even like that nigga at the time. And
I didn't
that
either.
That was a good verse from him. That was one of the verses he did where I was like,
yeah, that shit hard.
All right, little nigga.
That shit hard. You know what I mean? Matter of fact.
And they say, yeah.
This nigga said yeah like 8 times before doing anything, saying anything of any importance.
But it sounded great.
That shit sounded hard though. That shit's hard.
That
shit's hard though. But
shout out to Uzi. Oh,
yeah, shout out that 4-foot nigga ran up on a nigga in a Starbucks in a full like with no shirt on.
Shout out my nigga Uzi. Shout out to my nigga Uzi. I forgot about that.
And pink track pants.
On Rich the Kid. On Rich the Kid.
On Rich the Kid, homie,
what's up, nigga?
Like
a pink tracksuit.
With no shirt on in public, with no fucks given, and Frederick Gibson is getting his ass whooped everywhere he wants to go out and eat. That's fucking crazy. Anyway.
Hire security or don't.
Anyway. D-rabbit ass nigga. Anyway. Look, I'm a keep it 100. And all fans of Ortega probably would agree. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't. I tried to find a part of my soul to care. And I was just like, I don't. I don't
care.
I just don't care.
It just doesn't matter.
Like, I really was like, yo,
I had the same feeling.
I had to really be like, yo, don't disacknowledge what they done for hip hop. Or take it, like, don't do that. You gotta acknowledge that. And I'm like, you know what, you're right.
What has Freddie Gibbs done for hip hop that was so respectable?
We talking about the Migos, nigga.
Okay. I was about to say, are you still on that? Because I'm about to say, that's not.
No.
Okay. And now the Migos now. Yes. You do have to focus on that. But
and I
family shit is real.
And I came up with the conclusion of
who knows?
They still didn't do enough for me to care. Anyway, to hip hop, it's like
they not do enough for you for hip hop or in hip hop for you to care. Or they not do enough as individual artists for you to care. Because as individual artists,
both
I care about out of all the Migos, right? I care about where Offset and Takeoff go. After I heard that first Quavo album, I said he needs the group. There's a group effort there, and that's what makes that work. Takeoff, I don't think he needs Offset and Quavo. Offset, I don't think he needs Quavo and Takeoff. Quavo, I think he needs both of them, unless he's doing a hook for somebody else.
I think I think I've said it before in this podcast. I think Quavo tried to find his way away from the Migos for that one project.
It was like he initiated it, right?
No, I'm saying he linked with Travis Scott, that Huncho.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he initiated the split.
That and that was one of the worst projects I've ever heard in my life
from either of them niggas.
And I'm a Travis Scott fan, and that shit was
like any Travis Scott project, you take any Migos project or anything with Quavo on it that you think is cold, you think Travis Scott and Quavo together would be dope. That was it sounds like they just cut some shit. It doesn't even sound like they tried. That's the problem with that album. It doesn't sound like they tried. It sounded like they put all their throwaways together and re-recorded some of their throwaways and was like, let's see if that works.
That should sound like moldy wheat bread with
it was a throwaway for a reason.
With a manure spread, spam meat that's been like way
as a nigga that's put out a few
expired.
throwaways. It's a throwaway for a reason.
With
that shit smell like spam. You're right. It smells like spam.
With the wilted lettuce on that bitch. And it's just like, yeah.
You picked up a nursing home sandwich talking about it's from the deli, nigga. That's not the same vibe.
That shit ain't sexual. It's not sexy. Like, you can't just be like, you can't be doing that shit, bro. That shit was Trav. Stop calling that nigga. Stop it. Stop. All right, look here. We all know Quavius needs help. We all know this. We know this. We
Isn't his
know
name like Quintavious or Quintavious or some shit.
I call him Quavius. I don't know, nigga. I don't really care.
Yeah, Lord Quavius or Lord. Yeah, it was Lord Quavius. Yeah, that was Joe Budden. Lord Quavius. That's what it was.
Look, my nigga. All I know is this is the goofball ass nigga that lost Sweetie. So that's all. That's what I know.
Did he lose her, or did he just think he was better? Did he just think he could do better? Because I'm one of them niggas. Look, Sweetie is cold. Sweetie cool. I like her. I think she cool. I also have heard her talk in long form formats before, and I see how a nigga might be like, He was cool till you started talking.
It may just be the foolish Mexican in me, but who knows? If it were me single, she get pregnant by me twice by accident. But it's
I
like,
know,
all right.
definitely once by accident. I can see that happen because you just when you in it, you like fuck it. But
Yeah, you know.
but then you might accidentally hear her talk too long, and then you're like, I fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I said. Twice by accident. Twice by accident. The first time you just gonna be like, all right, you know what I mean? I'm gonna work this shit out with the bitch. Then you're gonna leave her and then
You
comes
this
back.
pretty, you can't be that stupid,
Yeah,
right?
and then you're like,
No.
nah, like maybe I'm bugging, nigga. I need to give you my family and shit. And then you knock her out one more time. You're like, damn, dog.
I guarantee you.
Like, fuck. Like, I'm right. I'm actually right for real. Like,
I guarantee you, when my reaction channel blows up on YouTube, they're gonna take clips of this exact episode and be like, see, every guy that does a podcast with another guy does nothing but talk shit about women.
You know what? You
them.
know what? I follow. I actually like to do the opposite of what we do. Like follow it. I will follow podcasts a bunch of women that do the exact same shit to us.
Nobody says shit about them, do they?
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Not like that doesn't exist.
I'm all for it.
But wait. Why don't the women want to get more attention? Because they're women and no one cares, right? That's the whole thing, apparently.
That'd be some bullshit though, because it's like y'all just not marketing enough to the women then, because I'm like, that's your fan base. Like, but this is what I will say. And don't get this fucked up neither. This is not misogynistic. There was mad fucking women that voted for Trump that I thought should never have voted for Trump after he said he grabbed bitches by the pussy.
We've had this conversation. We all know why those women that voted for him after that happened. We all know why they did.
It don't matter. That was
either party line or family.
And you fucking you voted for the Cheeto man over your own.
If your wife felt like that and you felt the opposite, but you're already married, you didn't know she was gonna feel like that. What if that happened? Alternate universe again. She hears Trump say that, you go, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? And she goes,
I'm divorced.
That's ridiculous. You divorcing the love of your life because she thought one crazy orange-haired nigga said something that was okay to her. You're not gonna have a conversation. You just gonna
we just grabbing bitches by the pussy. That's against my person. I'm not grabbing bitches by the pussy. If I was a billionaire, I wouldn't just be grabbing bitches by the pussy. The fuck you mean?
Okay, well, she heard a billionaire say that he likes to do it, and she was like, whatever.
Get out.
I feel like it goes back to that thing we were talking about off air with the if you think 4% of yourself thing. It's like, nigga, this is first off, it's situational, and B, really, you can't have a conversation about that. You wouldn't sit down and just be like, yo,
no, you
what about that makes sense?
No, you trash. Get out.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's kind of lame.
No, you trash. Get the fuck out. I'm not settling for anything that's less than it was gonna fuck with my energy. No.
Okay, so
fuck out.
So wait, if you're Quavo, right? And you ironically, in this situation, for the analogy we're talking, in this situation, if you're Quavo, you're Trump. You initiated this shit. You said you wanted to go solo. You did the solo album. You did the joint album. You the one that broke off from all of this shit. Now, we don't know. Maybe that was a joint plan.
He thought he was bigger than what he was.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Maybe we don't know. Maybe there was a joint plan. Maybe there always was an idea to be like, hey, we're going to get to what we think might be the peak of where we're at, and then we all do our solos.
And Offset was doing a bid when Versace came out.
I'm not talking about when Versace came out. I'm talking about when we get to the point of Quavo releasing a solo/joint album, or solo album and a joint album, because he did both. Offset is out by that point. Offset was out, or Offset was in jail when they first started. We talking about everything since then. I don't think out of that trio, anybody needs anybody more than Quavo needs both of them to make a project work solo. I think in order for a Quavo solo album to work, there has to be Takeoff, Offset. What's the label? What's the label? There has to be OC,
Quality Control,
or QC, not OC, QC. There has to be involvement from those things. And Quality Control was involved in the joint and the solo for all of them, or the solos for all of them, for sure. But why did Takeoff do better? Why was it perceived better? Why did Offsets get perceived better? It's not just because they're better rappers than Quavo. Quavo is good at what he does.
Quavo project,
but Quavo is good at what he does.
That was like
Quavo
one of the
is
first
the
let that
only
bitch
one in the
breathe.
group
That shit was ass. Like before we even segmented that shit was booty meat.
Is it a stretch to say that Quavo?
Nope.
I haven't said it yet. Damn. Let me say it first. Is it a stretch to say that Quavo was the star by default?
Nope.
I think that's why Migos works, though. Even though your answer might be true, that is also why Migos as a unit works.
Yeah, you can be 3 B+ niggas and make A+ work.
Fact.
But if you a B+ nigga and all 3 of y'all B+s together, y'all all B+. Almost like for my 2K players and shit. Y'all know how the fucking dynamic duo shit works in my team. If you get one card that goes with another card, them cards match, and it matches to the shit, and makes certain players' attributes go up. Because dynamic duo. You get the right Steph, the right Clay, the right CJ, the right Dame, come together, attributes go up because when they on the floor at the same time. It's like it just goes up.
It's basketball math.
Yeah. That happens when the Migos come together. They all B+ when they all together and they can make A+ work. They can come out with a dub. But when they separate, it's like B+, B, D-. And it's like, it's no real reason why you should be a D-, right? If you a B+ with all these niggas together, it shouldn't be that far apart. Because I think Takeoff is the best of them.
Nigga. If Quavo, okay, no, but I'm saying I'm talking about Quavo. If you
he's the D- one,
right? But he also does all the hooks. So is he the D-? Is the D- as a unit really a D-?
On your own, you are.
Yeah. But as
that's my
unit,
point. You're a B+.
But as a unit, together we're a B+, but we make A+ music.
No, together we're all B+ niggas, but we make A1 music.
Yeah. You make A1. That's not no. Because you can't get a solid Takeoff album and a solid Offset album and still talk about Quavo makes A1 music when he only makes A1 music with the Migos.
With them. That's what I'm saying. You can be 3 B+. That's what I'm saying. You get messed up. Because what I'm saying is, together as a unit, you can make A1 work. And that's what they do as B+ niggas. Their B+ness come together as a unit at the same time as you, on the same floor at the same time, make A1 work.
All right.
But separately, their ratings are different. Like I said, I will give the B plus to Takeoff. I will give the B to Offset. I'm gonna give the D minus to Quavo because they're not together; they're separate. Now, Takeoff, Offset could make an album that was tolerable, good enough, cohesive enough, a project for real, for an album that was good. It fit their, it would fit their rating. I would say B plus for what you were asking for from each of them, B plus and B. I didn't think it was Offset's project was the most amazing thing in the fucking world I've ever heard.
But for Offset to do his own album,
yeah,
it was good.
It was in his lane. He fit his grade. It was a B for him. It didn't blow me out at all. It didn't blow me out of even the water for him.
Do you think? Wait, time out. Just to be fair, do you think that had anything to do with his growth, not just from the Migos, but as a person, an artist, and a father? Because you don't get that album without Cardi, Culture, the album Culture 2, the Child Culture, Cardi. You don't get those things. You don't get that album without those things. So is that really fair? Because Quavo don't have nothing. All Quavo had was Sweetie, and all Takeoff had was niggas thought he couldn't rap for real. And Takeoff just wanted to prove to niggas he could rap, which he did.
And that's why I was saying that nigga was gonna come with that heat because everybody was saying doubting that nigga so tough, and I knew how much he contributed towards
that motherfucker can rap.
Yeah,
that nigga can rap.
I said his album was gonna be the best, and it was. Like I called that one, but if we're gonna be real, the album that should have been the best was Quavo's. Was it? No.
On paper, it should have been the best. Yeah, that's what we all. That's why we were all surprised.
That shit was absolute garbage.
That's why we were surprised it was garbage. Because on paper, you go, Quavo got an album, Takeoff got an album, Offset got an album. Quavo's is gonna be the biggest one, duh. And then you hear the albums and you go, this Migos thing is interesting.
That shit, Quavo's album made my stomach hurt. I'm gonna keep it real. I listened to that shit on the way to your crib and shit to do this podcast, and I was like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, you did a whole let that bitch breathe on it, and you shit on it for like 20 minutes. I remember
like this. It's
recorded somewhere. It's on YouTube. Go
terrible.
Find it.
It's absolute wrapped in a motherfucking egg roll booty meat, like.
In the egg roll?
In an egg roll, fried.
Jesus.
Booty meat, nigga. And we talking about crackhead booty.
Yikes.
Terrible.
And I ain't talking about the Kanye song.
I seen terrible things. I seen terrible things. I've heard terrible things. I listen to hip hop. I've heard some terrible things. All hip hop
things.
I've heard some terrible things. I've been shell shocked. I've been to Vietnam for hip hop. I have.
I think that's a fair statement. We have definitely, our era, we have been through the Vietnam of hip hop.
We have been through the Vietnam.
We had to live through fucking what was it? What was that shit called? The shit that get silly. We had to live through that bullshit.
Oh, nigga. The Southern dance rap era. we had to go through.
To be fair, all of them weren't terrible.
No,
I was one of the main niggas in the Midwest with the best lean with it, rock with it, out the Midwest. I pulled mad white bitches off of it, mad black bitches off of it. I pulled mad bitches off of it, and it was precise. My shit was I wish you could see the rest of my body. Lean with it, rock with it, was cool.
I just showed up with niggas. I just showed up with the ones and the white tees and the Dickies.
Yeah. You know what? I pulled up with that. Oh my and the God. Best lean with it, rock with it you ever seen, nigga. You know how niggas be tripping on their Millie Rock? I was leaning rocking, nigga.
and the Ti slant.
With the
I
fitted.
was the master of the Ti slant. And I mean a master of the Ti slant. That shit was on my head to the point to where the wind could blow and that shit would not blow off.
You remember rocking your shit? You remember rocking your shit to that angle and being like, nigga, this how Tip do it. Nigga, I'm good. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Nigga, I remember having that feeling with the fitted on as a middle school child. Nigga, I remember that.
Tim, give me
what
a
you
call,
know about
bro.
that, nigga? Yeah.
Let me at least write the movie, bro. That's all I want to do. Let me write the movie, Tim. Let me just be there, bro. I got to, fam. You did so much for the niggas, bro. Damn, fam. That throwback. That nigga say on Big Creature shit, Quaalude. Like, yeah, nigga. Like, it was back in the day. God damn.
Bruh. I'm telling you, like,
but,
I think
we've been through none of it.
We grew up in the best era of hip hop, bro. We did. I'm convinced we grew up in the best. I'm convinced of these two things. We grew up in the best era of hip hop. We grew up in the best era of video games. Flat out. It's never going to be a better era of hip hop than what we grew up watching. It's never going to be a better era of video games than what we grew up having access to.
Nigga, what we had while we had it, we had, like, in our lifetime, in our era, from our lifetime, coherent, at least for me, we had Biggie, Pop, Rough Riders, fucking
You said that like you that much older than me, nigga. You like 6 months older than me, a month older than me.
Yeah, but you didn't acknowledge it as much.
I think we got hip to. I think we got hip to different things at different times.
But
that's the difference.
Yeah, you. What I'm just saying, like, our era really isn't Biggie, Pop, but that's where I got.
Our era is Jay and Nas.
Yeah. But we had Jay,
Nas,
that's our era. Fucking Rough Riders, DMX, rest in peace to the God. D12, fucking Lupe Fiasco. We had Kanye when we didn't know he was a coon yet. I
don't count Lupe. You know why I don't count Lupe?
What?
I don't count him as a nigga that was influential or a nigga that was heavy at that time. You know why? He was. But you know why I don't count him like that?
We don't get Kendrick. We don't have Lupe.
Facts. But the time period I'm talking about, and maybe this is just me personally. Maybe what I'm about to say doesn't count for anything except for what I'm about to say from a personal experience. But I wouldn't have known about hip hop or known about Lupe Fiasco if it wasn't for George. George put me up on that. Now, all he did and all Nas did from the Hip Hop Is Dead thing, the Food and Liquor thing. What was the other album? It was Food and Liquor 1. What was the other one?
The Cool.
Classic
too.
The Cool.
Classic.
Wouldn't have known about any of those things other than that Nas album if it wasn't for George. Lupe only seemed like a nigga that was, or always, that's what it is. Lupe always seemed like, to me, a nigga that was trying to get his foot in the door. And it's like when he got that deal and he went to do lasers, and that was supposed to be the takeoff, they cut him off by the knees. They cut him off at his ankles.
Yeah, they did him dirty.
So I feel like Lupe doesn't get that pass Food and Liquor 1 and the Cool because of that.
Textile and Youth is a classic too.
I think most niggas that know of Lupe don't know who that is unless know what that is unless they've been following Lupe.
You know what?
You can know who Lupe Fiasco is. I agree, and not know what the fuck you just said.
I agree and disagree with you only because
the album is fire.
The same thing was discussed on Joe Budden's podcast. The same thing about this had to be before my kid was born, so about like 4 or 5 years ago. And they had the same conversation. They was like, well, Lupe has 2 2 impossible classics. And I was like, what the fuck is
Oh,
the
you got
possible?
two.
And I
Got
was
two
like,
solid classics.
I'm like, I know about the 2.
You could maybe say 3 if you listen to Food and Liquor 2 and you like it.
And then I listened
that's because I conversation.
Look, after Lasers and shit.
That might have been why.
After Lasers, the Lasers was so ass to me, nigga. I stopped listening to Lupe, period.
I like Lasers.
So
it just was promoted horribly, and presented horribly, and produced horribly. It's like Lasers reminds me of what was that 50 Cent album? Lasers remind me of Before I Self-Destruct.
Oh,
great lyrics, terrible beats.
I think everything was terrible about Lasers, except for All Black Everything. I love that song. But
great lyrics, terrible beats. Not even terrible beats. It just didn't fit the lyrics.
I actually love the beat to All Black Everything, but that's just
I like the beat to the song Lasers. I like the song Lasers. The album as a whole, Before I Self-Destruct, I like the album. I like the idea. I like the movie that came with it.
The movie was fire.
Every song on there, though, you sit from that bitch, you just take a drive and just let that bitch play from start to finish. That's not the 50 you want to hear.
No, not at all. But what I will say is,
shout out to 50. But
I never listened to Textile and Youth until I heard that episode, and I was like, all right, I have to hear this now. Because at that point in time, the third thing that because the album I heard after Lasers, just on some this nigga still releasing music shit, was Food and Liquor 3, which I don't think he should have. Yeah, 2. I'm sorry, which I don't think he should have called Food and Liquor 2.
Shouldn't have called it that because that's a high standard, but
it was more
good.
It was more Lupe than Lasers was.
Yeah,
but that was the last I heard, and I was just like, Food Liquor. This is supposed to be Food Liquor 2, and I just put it off to the side.
So I didn't hear right there, though. No, you just said it right there, though. It's the fact that the label had that much to do with Lasers completely skewed the way how that album came out.
Yeah,
completely skewed your view of the artist, even though it had nothing to do with the artist. How fucked up is that?
I know. I knew he was facing adversity for this shit because me and my cousin was keeping me on like mad. Like he was the nigga that would read the Source and Double XL. Like he would read them shits. So he would be one nigga keeping.
Too. I used to have a Double XL subscription for like I think the time I was 13 to the
this
time
nigga
like
would keep me updated
Double XL sub
on Lupe and the other shit. In between and the behind the scenes shit. He always kept me up on the loop, all that. That's how I fell into it. And I'm just like, damn, these niggas keep shelving his album and shit. Like, damn, like I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Industry news at the time.
Right. Yeah. And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever I get is whatever I get. So at first I didn't really hold Lasers being shitty as his fault. And I really still don't. Yeah. And I still don't. But I was like, this shit was just so ass. And then you get Food and Liquor 2, which hadn't been Food Liquor 2, and makes it look like you on a decline, like a real decline. So when I heard Textile and Youth was that cold, I'm like, all right, I gotta listen to it because I didn't listen to it. It was out for like 3 or 4 years by that point. I listened to it and I'm like, oh, yeah, I see it. I was like, and then I kept listening to it. And I'm
lose it. It's
yeah, I was like, for sure. Cool. I'm like, he didn't really lose it. The situation. But Drago's Wave, Drago's Light, Textile and
all of that shit is hard. All of that shit is hard.
Those are all good albums.
I haven't even heard all of those albums all the way through. I've heard Textile and Youth all the way through. I heard Dragon Wave halfway through. I think he put out 2 joints since then. Everything I've heard from the nigga since, and Food and Liquor 2 was like mid, but it was only mid because you called it Food and Liquor.
Food and Liquor 2.
Like if you hadn't called it that, it would have still been like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I listened to that album, because I went on a kick a couple years ago where I just like had to listen to his whole shit because I'm like, I fuck with Lupe. And I'm like, all right, do some of these albums
it's still one of my favorite records. I don't care what nobody say. I'm a
Nigga, I don't.
skateboarder that never has hopped on a skateboarder, nigga. I promise you, when I lose this weight, I'm gonna be that 30-year-old nigga trying to learn how to skateboard. My nigga, I've always wanted to learn how to skateboard. I love skateboard. Nigga, Kick Push is one of my favorite songs.
You whack.
Period.
But
Fuck you. I love Tony Hawk. And I
the,
love skateboarding.
there
And
was
Kick Push is fire. And so is Lupe.
a couple months ago. Yeah, it was like last year though. So maybe about 7, 8 months ago. I remember that shit came on the radio at work, and it gave me goosebumps in the sense of like it took me right back.
Daily move.
It took me right back to motherfucking to 2006, and I was just like, wow.
You can't forget.
Like, and then that took me to like what fucking Aubrey's dad said on Nothing Was the Same. Like, real music lasts forever. All that other bullshit is like falls to the fucking side. You know what I mean? Like is here today and gone tomorrow. You're not gonna remember about it. You're not gonna think about it. It's not gonna matter to you. That shit that really fucking hits with you is always gonna hit for you.
You know the funniest shit about that song? For some reason, the thing that stood out to me, I don't know why. And it's really insignificant. It adds nothing to the conversation. I'm just telling you what stood out to me when I first heard that song. Like, you know how he says on there, and the record company, it's like the way he says record company, he just sounds like an old nigga that been through a shit with record niggas. Like, he just sounds like an old nigga that's been through the business when he like, yeah, you know, he's come through back in the day. But be champagne, cigars, you know, the record company provided. It was something about the way he said the words record company that stood out to me.
Yeah, but the record company.
Yeah, you've been here before. You've been here before. It gave me goosebumps when I heard it. I hope to be the type of nigga that can describe something like that when at my old age to a young nigga. Like, yo, back in the day, you know what these niggas used to do.
Is champagne just provided by the company? And
it was just something about the way he said it.
It was nonchalant. It was nonchalant, and we just laid back and did it. You know what I mean? It was just like
just stuck with
you. You just know there's more to it than that. But it was like, yeah, like, you know. But we had champagne provided by the company, and we just laid back and did it. You know, like I was like, that's hard. But that clip of only real music gonna last just here today and gone tomorrow and shit. Like, I actually had that as a clip from my text message tone, like back in the day, because it kind of stuck with me. And it's true. It's like Kick Push still hits the same to my. It sent me down a wave where I'm like, I gotta just go and get the old Lupe mixtapes.
You can bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna be in my 30s trying to learn how to skateboard. You can bet your bottom dollar. I'll break an arm. Fuck it. That ain't the first time I broke something. I broke my foot not trying, nigga. I'll break something trying to skateboard. Yes, I probably should have been trying to do it 12, 15 years ago, but I was fat then. Bitch, I'm trying to do it skinny.
Last week, because normally I like, before I even listened to Kendrick's album, it was something that came over me, and this is aside from everything you were saying. So I, for some reason, woke up and wanted to listen to This Can't Be Life, the Dynasty album, and I was like, this era of music, it would never, it will never be done again. Never be done again. Like, we all try to manipulate that, but hip hop is still so young. So it's just like
it ain't that young no more, but it's younger than everything else.
Yeah, so it's like it's still going through.
I think the only thing younger than hip hop right now is K-pop, and K-pop is killing it. So I think the only genre
I know it exists, but I'm grown. So
no, bro. I promise you, there's K-pop songs you were like, I promise you. It's not when I say
I'm grown.
No. I promise you, as a grown man, there are K-pop songs that you would be like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but this is fire.
I promise you, I'm grown.
You haven't listened to K-pop, so you don't know. But I promise you, if
I seen what these
I've
K-pop
gotten
niggas look like.
no,
like,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no, no.
listening to
See, that's the
nobody
thing.
that look
That's the
like
thing.
that,
That's
bro.
the thing. That's the thing. You think it's all K-pop niggas. You think that's what that means. That's a common American misconception about the genre. That's a common American
Oh,
misconception about the genre.
I know I have a whole thing about it, but if I say it, it's gonna sound really fucked up because it's a personal preference, and I'm not gonna say it on camera.
So
but
you
I
mean
do.
you're racist? Okay, let's move on.
No. No. There's nothing about that.
You just said
you know what? Fuck
that.
it. Now you didn't draw it out of me. You know, fuck it. Because now I gotta because I'm not gonna go out as that. But there's just certain cultural musics because of the tones of voices and shit like that and the way they use their voice frames. That is like is just unappealing to me. My wife is Native American,
but you haven't heard it all to know.
I've been to her powwow and shit, and it's a good fucking time. But the way that music is, I can't listen to that shit for a certain amount of time. 10, 15 minutes, I'm good. It's great for the culture. Cool. Like I'm all for that. Like that's your fucking thing. Like cool. I'm all for that. I'm just it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like my languages are Latin based. So it's like I like shit that's in I can listen to French rap.
Does it have
I can
something?
listen to Italian.
Does it have that's what I was about to say. Does it have something to do with the fact that what your culture is, or does it have something to do with the fact of what you have a tolerance for? Because I don't have a tolerance. I don't have a high tolerance for, let's say, certain types of classical music. But if you turn on some Bach, I'll let it. I ain't gonna say shit. I'll let it rock. No pun intended. If you turn on some Bach, nigga, I'll let it rock. If there's some classical music in the room, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna like it. But
yeah,
if it's those 1 or 2 symphonies that are familiar to me, then it's like,
yeah.
Hey, let that
and
rock.
it's just like I said, like it's not a racial thing. Like by no means, I'm keeping this 100. I'm just really not a fan of the Asian pitch in the voice to the music, whether it's been sang in English or.
That's the thing with K-pop. Have you heard? Okay, let me answer this question. Answer this. Have you heard anything considered K-pop outside of BTS? Outside of BTS, because that's the biggest joint.
Yes.
Have they been all female groups or all male groups? Because there's a difference.
It was a K-pop playlist on Apple Music. I just scrolled and just pressed something.
That's not the right way to get introduced to K-pop.
I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna start anyway.
I didn't know either what the right way was until I got introduced to it, and now I'm like,
that's how I play shit out. It's like, all right, I don't know, so I'm
as respectable.
That one, like, and see what we land.
If you just told me, if you like a month ago, 2 months ago, if you just told me, yo, go to what you think I don't is a even K-pop listen to
pop.
Listen to me. If you just said to a nigga, go listen to a K-pop song, or what you think is that, and then you go turn on the BTS song. If you say go turn on a pop song, what would you turn on? If somebody in 2022, this leads into what I'm talking about. If somebody in 2022, because you said you don't even listen to pop songs, if somebody in 2022, told you to go listen to a pop song right now, who you clicking? Who are you searching? That says a lot.
A pop song.
If somebody said in 2022, Jose Ortega, go on whatever streaming music service you use, whatever DSP you use, and fucking type in a pop song right now. What you type it in? What you think is a pop song? Type it in.
Damn, that's a hard question because I don't think I have any pop on my phone. Nah, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that.
The fact you're thinking about it this much is lending credence to my point. But continue thinking until
You know
come up with
what?
this song.
You know what? There's gonna be a song, or it has to be a person.
Whatever song you thought of first, whatever pop song you thought of first. The song, you tell me the person if you think of the song. So what's the song? Because the song, the cadence, the actual song doesn't matter. It could be the artist of the song, but what song do you, if I say pop music, what pops up in your head?
What the fuck is the name of that song? It's Justin Timberlake. For sure.
What album?
Justified. Like off the
Cry Me
top.
a River.
No, not that one.
Justified.
Rock Your Body.
Okay.
That was the first one that came into my head. That's why I was like, what the fuck is the name of it? Like, I just couldn't remember it. But yeah.
So when you think pop music on any given day, when you think pop music and you think of what you think of as pop music, that's what pops in your head.
My pop palette ain't that big.
So yes or no?
Yeah, that's what I think of. Like, yeah, okay. It's not that big.
Okay.
I'm not
wait,
that much.
With you saying it's not that big, and with that being the song that pops in your head, the song that came out, and I'm pretty sure what 2006, 5,
no,
4?
That song that came out way before then. We was in elementary school. That shit was like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. K-pop has been around. K-pop has been around for, as far as I know, 7 years. In that 7 years, they've done nothing but create their own version of it in terms of what we think of as American pop music. They've made that, they've made their own thing to that sound, created a whole industry around it. That's another conversation.
That's cool. We're not saying that they shouldn't, and that's not great shit. But
what I'm saying is, if you hear, well, you haven't heard it, I guess, but if you hear,
it's not
some of the things that have come out for pop music, be it a K-pop music, be it a boy group, girl group.
I don't like groups neither.
That regardless,
I think singing groups is a little,
like I said,
lame.
Group, like for individual, or otherwise. I saw a bitch on Jimmy Fallon the other night. She did a whole country music dance to a K-pop song. She was speaking English the whole time to a pop beat, country lyrics, pop beat, country dance move, Korean. I don't know if that's how that translates for some people, but what I do know is you can't sit up and act like K-pop is not A, dominated shit at least the last 5 years, and B,
not my universe.
And B, you can't say just because you haven't heard it, A, it doesn't exist, and B, is not on the same level. It is on the, no, it is. You can, I can turn it, if the DMCA shit didn't exist, I would turn on a Taylor Swift song for you right now. And then after that Taylor Swift song,
I don't listen to Taylor Swift neither.
You ain't got to for me to get what I'm getting across. I'm trying to tell you about the genre.
I'm not trying to tell you
not the people in it, nigga. Yeah, I know you're trying to tell me you don't fuck with it, but I'm saying if you fuck with that, then you would fuck with this. There's no difference in the sense of,
look, my nigga.
No difference in the sense of
I listen
with Taylor Swift. You know what? BTS outside of the BPM that you
fuck
like.
Who's rapping or making the song? I fuck with music that's been produced by Alchemist, Real Bad Man, Derringer, Dre.
You also fuck with music that's produced by niggas that you've never heard of. You just never heard of them yet. You also fuck with their music too. You just never heard of them.
And when I do, I get my I do my homework.
And if one of those niggas,
That lane of music just ain't for me, B. You sound like George trying to explain like why I should play Apex. I'm like, nigga, it's just not for me.
no, I'm not taking it there. I'm not saying you should like K-pop. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it is, as of today, I believe it is a respectable form of music in the industry. B, holds up next to some of the biggest shit ever and biggest shit out. C,
Billboard
I don't.
acknowledges bullshit, so that ain't really saying much these days.
That's another conversation. That's another conversation. You want to throw Billboard and how we factor in what I'm talking about? That's another hour to talk.
I don't have
That's another hour we got
sometime tonight
about Billboard and their inclusion in what's popular or not. And
I'm
how
just
they
saying
feel about it. I'm talking about what I'm talking about what I've seen the consensus be. I would have never fucked with K-pop on any level had I not heard of certain women liking BTS. I would have never thought to listen to BTS if those women hadn't said nothing. I would have never known that I thought most of BTS is trash until I listened to them. But I also would have never went and sought out other K-pop artists that are on sonically, audibly, the same level as the people we hold to that high esteem over here. I might not know what the fuck you saying, but that shit sounds just as good over there. So are we here or are we here?
if a bitch turned on some K-pop around me and was like, "This is what I normally listen to,"
that shit cute to me. I don't get offended by that. That shit cute.
I'm getting up and I'm be like, you have a great evening.
Because that let me know. You know why that done the fuck with me? Because that let me know. A, I got some shit I need to show you. And B, there's definitely some shit you can show me. Because if this is the shit you listen to all the time, we live in two different worlds. Let's see where they meet, bitch.
Look, my name.
And I don't mean bitch in terms of, I mean just bitch in terms of let's see where they meet. I'm trying to learn something. Learn me.
I think my wife's Apple Music library is Tritter to Dash, but it is tolerable enough, and there's a lot of the classics that I like on it, where I'm like, all right. Even when she told me, because that when we first started dating, that was a question. That's a question on my. If I get divorced and I end up like back out here in the streets, bitch, that's on the resume. What the fuck is on your Apple playlist?
It should be.
Like, I gotta see that shit. Let me see what you are listening to.
I've learned in my late 20s. I've learned if a chick don't like, if you can't understand Jadakiss, Eminem, or Jay-Z, we probably can't have a long-term relationship. At least not one of any substance. We can have a long-term relationship. It just, we won't understand each other after.
First off, I'm a whole vendor. So there is going to be no way whatsoever that I'm living in a household with a woman and shit that does not abide by the creed of Hov and B. That's not going to happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not happening.
That's its own conversation by itself. But if you want to just compact it, facts.
My wife is Beehive, so I'm just like, all right, cool, we good. We good. We good.
I sat through the Lemonade album myself, and she made you sit through it. That's how Beehive she is.
No, she didn't.
I could have swore you told me y'all was in a hotel.
No, this is when I knew
made your ass watch Lemonade.
No, this is the story of it. This is what happened. We were about to leave the hotel and shit, and Lemonade was about to come on. We didn't need to check out at that moment, but it came on after a movie we was watching and shit, and we sat through like the first two scenes. And we kind of look at each other and was like, You fuck with this? You was like, nah, not really. And I'm like, I ain't fucking with this neither. Ready to go? Yeah. All right. And that was it. And we just like, that was
Let's
it.
not
We
do
both,
this.
yeah, it was just like collectively like, yeah, I'm not fucking with this. I ain't fucking with this neither. We saw the world trip.
That's how you know that's real love, though. In all fairness, that's real love. Y'all both
True.
saw something that y'all was like, is this, should we watch this? Is this dope? And then you was like, no,
it was a
no, let's
collective. It
not.
was like, nah, this, nah.
Let's
And we just
not do
left.
that.
Yeah. And what happened? Like, and we weren't even living together at the time. Like, I lived in my house, she lived in hers. And we separately, like, I went home, she went home, that was it. And I'm like, and I'm watching, and she watching on fucking Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. That shit had these bitches going crazy.
Yeah.
Like doing what I mean,
That shit
like
was
going
a whole
crazy.
fiasco.
I mean, like irrational, crazy. Bitches
Whole
that be in
fiasco.
relationships that with a nigga that they really claim that they really fuck with. That nigga ain't even done them wrong for like 3 years.
Still tripping on the same shit.
And lead this nigga over some shit that happened in the first 4 months of their relationship that wasn't even as bad as what Jay-Z did, and completely left this nigga. Doing completely irrational shit.
We still don't know what Jay actually did, so let's not
Look,
put that on Jay.
he look.
As Avengers, let's not put that on Jay because we still technically don't know.
Look,
what the fuck
but
happened.
I would be irresponsible to my to my wife if I didn't acknowledge from her beehiveness that she gonna say he did something with Becky with the good hair.
Okay, you know
that's what that collectively.
We knew that. We knew that. We knew that.
We don't know. Yes, we don't know nothing else.
We don't know who Becky is.
I'm not asking.
Well, what was done?
Like,
nobody needs to know. Jay
no one needs to know.
She know. Whoever she know.
Becky with the good hair know.
And God,
that's all. That's Solange know too. Solange know too. Solange.
That's it. That's all they need to know.
I've been Solange. I ain't gonna speak now, but we just know Solange.
I ain't trying to get caught up in the elevator with her. Are you?
Oh no, she got hands. You know what though? I actually just want to go to a Solange concert just to see who shows up. Because the way Joe Budden described that shit was crazy.
That's still on my hit list. That's still on my hit list. I still gotta hit a chick at a Solange concert.
You want to know what to do with no earthy bitch.
I still gotta pull and hit a chick at a Solange concert. I don't care. See, you be on that color bullshit, nigga. I don't black, white, tall, short, fat.
I said earthy.
Whatever, nigga, hippie, earthy, whatever you want to call it. I promise you, if she at the Solange concert, that's been on my bucket list, my nigga. Same thing with the Ella May. If I can't pull Ella, look, Ella gonna be my Rihanna. Okay, I'm putting it out there. If Ella is not gonna be my Rihanna, then goddamn it, I will have a song or something out there that is of equal value. But until then, you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen, my nigga? We gonna do what the fuck we gotta do to make it happen. And I'm gonna make sure things happen the way they need to happen. So they happen the way I want them to happen. So we don't have a repeat situation of the Wee Baby Rocky. You feel me?
Well, maybe it's just a suggestion from a real nigga to a real nigga.
I'm listening.
Yeah, LMA could be a Rihanna, but none of us was pulling Rihanna anyway, my nigga. That's if we was gonna pull it, we made it pull it, but she would have dished us. Like, let's be real. Let's be real.
If I met Rihanna,
you know what?
At any level,
I think my personality would be appealing to Rihanna to a certain point. And then it would be intolerable just because we would come to a stalemate as far as where we looked at shit. It would be like one of those.
See, I can't even see that. I think me and Rihanna would get along with most things. and the things we did, and he'd be like, all right, so you don't like that? I don't like that. So okay, yeah, okay, let's not do that. I literally think that's how simple it would be with me. That's literally why I'm kind of still upset at ASAP. It's like I feel like it would be that easy. Dog, certain things do not make this woman like this. Look, like most real women, or the majority of real women, simple shit isn't, the way to get their attention. Yeah, it might get a little bit of it, but you tend to want to show some effort at some point. Rihanna is one of them chicks that if she's on the same level as you or a higher level than you, yeah, you want to show the effort, but you can't show somebody the world who owns the world, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
The simple things mean more when you have more money.
So what is it about you that is the thing? I really, and no, legit, like, I know we were talking about it earlier. Shout out to Rihanna. Shout out to the wee baby Rocky. Shout out to ASAP. And I really hope that
nigga has a vibe that match with hers. That's just all it is. Like,
I feel like my vibe is the same.
Because
I feel like I'm one of them niggas. I could bag Rihanna and I'd either lose her because she's crazy over me or I'm crazy over her. Maybe that's arrogant, but I think it's real.
See, I would put myself parallel to the type of person and sometimes decision making that ASAP Rocky does. I put myself parallel in that same vibes. So when I see that nigga with her, I kind of see it like, you know what? If they were to break up, it would be a mutual thing. It would be all right, yeah, baby, I'm doing a 14 bid. Do everything you can for the kid, you know what I mean? Like, I hope I live through this shit.
Those are two separate things, honestly.
But what I'm saying is like just in general, if that were the case, like it would be a mutual thing. Like, all right, this would be the best for the both of us. We'll figure out how to co-parent and we'll do. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be a man. Fuck you, bitch. No, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. It wouldn't be one of those, nigga. Man, like it's not gonna be that tip at all. So I think she just likes that kind of and just vibe. Cause we've seen the type of niggas that she didn't fuck with publicly anyway that we know.
Rapper to a billionaire.
Yeah, but it's like it's like the chic that she was fucking with. Yeah, it's like the chic that she was fucking with. What this nigga ain't looking at Rihanna the same way she would. Yeah, that nigga is chic. That nigga sitting on oil money and shit. He probably knows.
We don't give a fuck about no Rihanna,
right? Or you don't give a fuck about showing no feelings, bitch.
And not only that, Rihanna don't give a fuck about no chic.
Do you like this ruby necklace I got you, bitch, or no? You know what I mean?
Like, I could have bought that myself. The fuck is you talking
about? Aubrey was clearly too sensitive.
It comes with being light skinned. You can't help yourself.
Yeah, this waffle colorness. Like that was that.
Chris
Brown was clearly an abuser.
Let's just say cocaine. It was cocaine.
Abuser.
No, definitely. But I think that was also in
Matt
of cocaine.
Matt Kemp, too nice. She fucked that nigga whole career up.
That happened.
She fucked that nigga whole career up.
I literally forgot that happened. That's what happened to him?
Yes. After he was
how you fuck Rihanna and your career over?
He was tripping, bro. He was like on his up. He was coming his come up.
That name.
He wasn't here yet. He was on the Dodgers. He wasn't here yet. He was on his come up and shit. And then he was with Rihanna, and it was like, oh shit. And then Rihanna was like, nah. And then this nigga it was just kind of like.
Did you see what Kim said?
Matter of fact, it was. You know what made it bad for him? He looked like he didn't know what the fuck happened. Like that was made it. That's what made it bad.
He probably didn't know what the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like he probably didn't. but everybody was coming at
Bitch, I
man's
thought you
like,
liked me.
yeah, like, so what happened with you and Rihanna? Like, bitch, do you want to talk about the game or no? Like
Rihanna
fuck,
used to
I
be
do
a
play
savage back
baseball.
then too, though.
She do. She was.
Rihanna used to be a savage back. Like
You
she was
know
just,
what?
you know, she was
After Chris
savage,
Brown,
like for real.
Chris Brown, the catalyst of Chris Brown beating her and shit made her bad girl Riri. She became a savage. She didn't give a fuck about nobody.
No, I'm saying she was a savage before that in terms of like how she would handle shit. She's always been a Rihanna has always been a savage in terms of how she handles how she handles her personal situations.
I think the fact that she came up from that as a person, I'm like fuck the fame. As a person from that, she's just been unstoppable. Like
$1 billion and running.
It's been like that's what it's kind of.
I got a text earlier today talking about some. You still want that silk motherfucking suit, nigga? You still want that silk pajama suit? Because we got it, Fenty, nigga. Send it back.
It's the worst. It's the worst joke I've ever made in my life. But it's like it's kind of true in a sense when I say like, you know what? We don't get bad girl Riri if Chris Brown doesn't beat up Rihanna, and it's almost.
I think we get her. True. I think we get her. No, we still get bad girl Riri. We just don't get.
I think there's a kind of drive that comes from that jadedness from her.
That's what I'm
saying.
Nigga,
I'm gonna say like that drive. Like
we don't get the anger that comes behind. Remember Rated R? We don't. That album isn't as angry.
Yeah. That
album. She got Slash on the album. That album does not sound like that. She got Jeezy. She got Slash. Who else is on the album?
A lot of motherfuckers.
She hitting on that for an R&B pop. Nick, she's hitting on that bitch, bro.
But she had. But there was feeling. There was soul. She had a lot to say.
Shut up and drive, bitch ass nigga. Watch me be sexy in this car garage.
Like,
shut up and drive, nigga.
That changed her, and I think it changed her in a way that she used that pain as a trajectory. Like you said, I don't think she would not get to this point to where she at right now, but it may have come later, more at a steady pace.
Yeah, I think you still get this. I think with the unfortunate you might get Chris Brown situation, you got this angry.
You can bleed this shit into. You know what I mean?
You don't get what's that one record with Neo?
Oh, son of a bitch.
It was on Reloaded. It was Good Girl Reloaded or Good Girl Gone Bad. What was the song with her and Neo? She told you on that song, I'm done with you niggas. Fuck this shit.
I can't believe the last thing she did was anti. My God.
Dog.
Like,
that's what $1 billion do to you. You ain't gotta fucking move when you think you need to. You can move when you want to.
Like, that's crazy. Where's that shit at?
While you look that up, I'm about to grab my chaser.
Oh, Hate That I Love You.
You said what album?
It was Hate That I Love You. That was the song with her and Neo.
Ah, yeah, Hate That I Love You. Yeah. That was the one.
Yeah, that one was fire. You know what? Damn. When I'm looking at these, I'm just like, I don't even know which Rihanna album I like the most.
Which Rihanna do you like the most? Fuck the album. Which Rihanna do you like?
Oh, you know what? Each one of these albums is a different Rihanna. So that's
what I'm saying. That's why I asked the question. Which Rihanna do you like the most? Fuck the album.
That's a great. Damn.
Because I'm personally still a fan of Ponder Replay. Personally.
Oh,
I've been on Ree since the first
2006, a girl like me, Riri. I
I've been
see
on
you. I
Ree.
see
I've been
you.
on Ree
I
since the
see
first. I
you. I
bought her
see
first
you.
album, nigga. I didn't
I
even know
see.
who she was for real. I bought her first album because of Ponder Replay.
Oh.
And then she grew to be Rihanna. And I was like, yo, this bitch.
See, this is
Like
all.
Rihanna was like mid 2000 Britney Spears for me. Like I saw her and I was like, I like her. I don't know why I like her.
You know what? I got you. I got you. Unapologetic Rihanna is all me. That, oh man. Oh,
I feel that. I feel that in my soul.
see, and I was torn between I was torn between unapologetic Riri and talk that one. Talk Riri.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
talk that talk Riri.
I was gonna say I might throw you off. I was gonna say I might throw you off because I didn't think that was gonna be there. I was gonna say mine is Talk That Talk and Rated R.
See, Rated R Riri hurt. When I mean Rated R Riri hurt, like that's a Project Riri. You know what I mean? You gotta let her grow.
I like angry. I like angry sex. I like angry sex.
Yeah, I don't like angry women. No,
I like angry women that aren't angry at me having angry sex.
Nah, it's like
shut up and drive, nigga. All right.
What my nigga Scully say in Snowfall and shit last season? Like, you got to get that hate out your heart. You got to get that hate.
Hate and anger is different. Hate and anger is different.
Hate out your heart, nigga.
Hate makes you rise the price.
Unapologetic Riri is cold. Like, god damn.
Hate makes you rise the price of Fenty.
She from Barbados.
If she hated niggas, do you think men's silk pajama suits would be $40 for the top and bottom? No, she doesn't hate anything. Rihanna's a queen and an angel, a saint, and what's the other word you can give her that's of high esteem?
Goddess.
There you go.
I really do think that we do need to make Rihanna like some type of sainthood like to the planet, because I don't think there's gonna be like there's very
God damn it, if 21 Savage and
few
SZA get a statue in the hip hop museum, why isn't Rihanna have one?
What? Whoa, huh?
That happened years ago. You never heard about that?
No, they have statues. Why?
There was I don't know if it's still going on. You didn't hear about that? That was years ago, bro. Bro, okay, look. Like, swear to God. I think it was the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, the MoMA. They did a whole hip hop thing, I think like maybe 4 years ago, where they did the newest niggas in hip hop, right? And they had clay statues of them niggas. It was Metro Boomin, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi, and SZA. Had statues for this thing the MoMA was doing for some hip hop thing. It was clay statues of them. The 21 Savage one was hard. The SZA one was hard. The 21 Savage and SZA statue, because it was one with them together, hard.
21.
The Metro Boomin one by itself, hard. The Lil Uzi one by itself, hard. Like all of them bitches was cold, but it was like them. It was them sculpted out of clay. It was like 2017, 2018, maybe. It had to be 17 or 18. Damn, I still got the pictures in my phone, because like when it was trending on Instagram, I was like, yo, that's cold. I still got the pictures in my, like the screenshots I took from the Instagram post in my phone of when it was a thing. Like they did that. It was a whole thing. They made SZA look great. They made 21 look great. Metro look great. Lil Uzi look great. But I think it was just them four. But they did full-blown clay statues of them in poses and shit. It was cold as fuck.
That's hard. That's what's up for the culture and shit.
I don't know what it had to do with, what it was promoting, but it was Uzi, 21, Metro, and SZA.
I need to go to more museums and shit, bro. I miss doing that shit.
Oh, when you get older, that's one of the things about being washed. You realize certain trips you took as a kid like school field trips you took as a kid.
Cause you're
Those are
not dumb no
actually,
more.
yeah, those are actually like dope trips to take as
Yeah,
an
you're not
adult because
dumb
you're
no
like,
more.
this is kind of cool shit though. Like I didn't care when I was 5. I kind of care it. I'm 25.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of dope.
yeah. You went to the art museum, me and my wife, like a couple years ago up here, and I was like, yo, I really like looking at art, yo. I want
Yeah,
to buy this shit. Not unless I knew it was like it was worth some shit and
you
it was
gotta
gonna make me
like it.
some money later. And like I really liked it.
See, that's
But
my thing. I don't like buying art. I don't like buying art on some shit where it's like, if you like it, or on some shit where it's like, if it'll make you money. I like buying it because it'll like, or like having it because you like it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Niggas don't spend their time being that in
yeah,
jail just to
like
do something because you think it's cool.
because
Like,
you know, unpopular opinion. I might be wrong. But I'm possibly wrong to a lot of people. Not really a fan of Basquiat's art. I'm really not.
I like Basquiat. I think Basquiat is overrated as a person as opposed to an artist. I
He was a
think
fiend.
people think I'm not.
That's a harsh word. He was a drug addict.
I think you're being a little harsh. I think you're being a little harsh. I think he had as many problems as any other artist of that time may have had. And he had probably one of the hardest times being discovered. And he had some of the best art of that time. But
But
it's of that time.
my thing is this, and my question is this: Does
And I don't know if that time ever really
does
goes out of stock.
but does Basquiat's drug habit contribute to the greatness of his work?
Probably, like most artists, probably. Most
That
artists. What artists do you not know, nigga? What I'm not gonna say what artists do you know, but because there's plenty of great artists that don't do anything and make great music. But how many artists do you know that on paper for something that is, or for someone that is a painter, doesn't have maybe more going on under the surface than what they show? That's asinine to think you're seeing everything in front of you at once. It's asinine.
art is pain reflected through worldly reflection.
If that artist wants to reflect that.
I don't think you have a choice. I think you do that. It's kind of just what you do.
Choice. No, you do have a choice. You have a choice. If you want to paint, like let's say you paint something for profit versus for the art. If I'm painting something because I know it's gonna look good, if I paint this because I know it's gonna look good, but I paint this because I feel this way, they might be equal in artistic quality, but they're not equal in terms of what they mean to me as an artist.
I agree. Maybe not all the way pain, but it's a reflection from somewhere. You see
All
it.
art is, yeah. In
Like
that sense, yeah. All
yeah, you have to say you kind of
don't
like
just dream this shit up and just
you
do it.
feel it. It's a
it's a collection of things, and then you just
Quincy
do
say
shit, and then it kind of happens.
Quincy say it's a he was like I start off by making a fire and I feed that fire until it's a roaring blaze. Like it's damn, I really do live my life by like quotes from musicians and shit. That's wild. Anyway, like yeah, like you
Nothing wrong with it.
feed that shit.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Look, fam, I'm raising a pretty amazing kid thus far, and I'm raising her off of Jay-Z and Jadakiss lyrics, bro. We going a long way. Like,
Good start.
yeah, hey, man.
Until I have kids, all I can say is, nigga, that's a good start because I have the same plan. Jadakiss, Jay-Z,
look, it's
and
working off.
Styles.
Oh.
P, Jadakiss, Jay-Z. Who's my top? Oh yeah, okay, there you go. My top 4 for my child. What? Yeah, that's my top 4. My top 5. My top 5 for my child. when I have one. Jadakiss, Jay-Z, Styles, Ghostface,
I will say the wee baby Ortega or the wee child Ortega now is a fan of Wu-Tang. And when I was listening to like Protect Your Neck and I saw her like really bobbing with it, there was a joy that came over my soul. Like that, because I was like, yes,
it worked.
It's working. It is working.
Oh, do you know? Speaking of Wu-Tang, do you know what album? This was like last month too, because it's May now. But do you know what album started playing last month for me in the car that I forgot to tell y'all about? That I'm just now remembering. That I was like, I haven't heard this album since I was in high school. Oh my God, this album is so good. Blackout 2, Method Man and Redman. This is for all my smoker. Nigga, what?
Look,
when we just started smoking. Nigga, what?
Look. Yeah,
that came on in the car. I had so many flashbacks.
Even on back to what we talked about earlier. Like we went through the best, I think, weed smoking music era. If I'm gonna like the 90s had a good era.
80s,
I'm gonna say no, I'm saying like as far as hip hop, when we like the 90s had a guy so run, but it was mostly just West Coast. Everybody had their own weed vibe, and it just like you could just fall into one. You know what I mean? You had Cypress Hill, you had Snoop, you had DPGC, you had shit. Who else? NWA. They didn't give a fuck about anything. But
I mean, you had niggas in Houston.
I
think at the time,
you had
Southern
Outkast.
rap wasn't really at the time. It wasn't. I don't think those rappers emphasized it the way that it became to become emphasized.
Like Crumbling Herb is definitely a.
There were the songs. You had your I Got Five on it. You had your Cypress Hill. You had your, but up to like 2008, you didn't really have.
Cause then you had a
major smoking music until you get your Wiz, your Currency, Mac. And then Snoop has always been there. Snoop has been smoking weed the whole time, but at the same time, and he's probably the only guy at that point in time that's promoting it to that point. And that's why I say Snoop at that time is probably the only guy promoting it at that level. How long did we go in hip hop where weed smoking was not only looked down upon, but not everybody that smoked weed did it in public. Only niggas that would take the risk of doing it and being banned in other countries and was Snoop, because that nigga Snoop was like, bitch, I'm gonna smoke where I want to smoke, because bitch, I want to smoke, and it's just a little bit of weed. Nigga, get over it. I'm Snoop Dogg.
It's just weed.
And when you Snoop Dogg, you can go to country that you ain't never been to and be like, why y'all tripping? Like, you can't just do that when you Jose Ortega or Busy 93. You can't just go to Turkey and be like, why y'all tripping on this weed? Nigga, because it's a felony. Get your ass in this jail, bitch. You have not made gin and juice, nigga.
Like, I would never be going to Russia. I'll tell you that shit
Facts.
right now.
I thought that spot was dope.
Now.
Apparently not.
No.
I thought Russia was dope all these years, honestly. I knew America always had like some underlying shit. This whole time I thought Russians was cool. And you know what? It's not even, it's fucked up to say that they're not. Russian people are cool. It's that nigga Vlad. That nigga Vlad is a bitch. That nigga Vlad is a whole out shit, bro. It's not even the Russian people. It's not nobody come from Russia. I love Russia. I've met multiple men and women that were Russians. Beautiful women, cool men that were Russians. Accent and all. Great.
I worked for a Russian. He's a fucking asshole.
Really?
Yes. He's a fucking
He probably drinks a lot of vodka.
asshole.
That's probably why he's an asshole.
Like,
He was
if
probably mad that niggas in America ain't selling no more Russian vodka.
no, I will tell you this. He was like the most. I hope he's in prison. Like, I really do. Like, and I don't wish that up.
If he
I
is or
don't.
isn't.
No, but like, he definitely should be sued by somebody. Like, for real. Because the advantages, I feel like if I knew how to start a union, I probably would have for that specific job. Because it was just like, yo, that shit was like you took advantage of people because you could, and you knew, like, yo, you live in California and you are like, yeah, nigga, you need to fucking pay rent. It's expensive. Shit ain't cheap, nigga.
Some niggas
Like,
take the route they see.
right, like you can get what you can get, and everybody at that time when I was out there moving to California or to Atlanta and shit, so it's not like it's the hugest fucking assortment of jobs. So you can get what you can get to pay your bills. And that nigga took advantage and like had the offices pimped and the whole, like, them niggas was all in on the whole scheme. And when I saw the shit, they was like, they tried to, like, when they knew that you knew, they wanted to keep you quiet, like give you the good shit and make sure that you was all right.
Okay. Now that I know,
yeah.
now I get perks, huh? Not fuck the work, fuck the fact that I. Okay, yeah, no. See, at that point, that's when it be shit like we was talking about off air. That's when I hop over the counter on. That's when you get the urge to be like, you know, I don't really care about this, right?
Yeah. But that was the job that I most disrespectfully quit in my, like, I like really for real, because I didn't care. I felt this
was the most.
It was like I felt disrespect. That was the job where I got connected with, you know what I'm saying, all my homies that wear red out there and shit. Like,
well, see,
that,
you actually got a connection from that though. That's not a full
but,
loss.
But the thing was, there wasn't many niggas that worked there. So it was like when I met another nigga, I was like, oh shit, we family. You know?
You
like,
understand me.
Yeah, I'm like, I wear red. I wear red too. We family. Hey. But the thing was like hearing from him, his experience, my experience, and then talking to the other motherfuckers. I'm like, yo, this shit's grimy as fuck, yo.
Yeah, facts.
And then motherfuckers tried to get me on some bullshit where I was supposed to have like 3 days off. And they was trying to keep me on for like 11 days straight after they fucked up some shit and then lied to me after I had proof saying that they didn't lie to me.
The fuck?
So the experience was because this Russian dude was in charge. And I get nothing against all Russians. It's the Russian I work for. Like, fuck him. But yeah, through all that shit, the scheduler wanted to argue with me about like, yo, nah, like my time was requested off and I have my weekend off. I'm not showing up for this shit. Nah.
Why would I when I requested it off?
Exactly. I did what I was supposed to do. Whoop, 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 whoop. I actually bailed y'all out last night after y'all fucked up. So y'all owe me.
What are we talking about?
Right. And
like, really, what the fuck are we talking about?
Exactly.
Like, for real.
So it got to the point of, no, you're going to do this. And when this bitch said, you're going to do something, I responded in the most Ortega way possible in my annoyance and said, you know what? Fuck you, bitch. I quit. I've never done that at any other point in time. Like, where I really was like, fuck you. I quit. Like, you can hear me say to you, fuck you, I quit. Kiss my ass, suck my dick, I quit. Click, and that was it.
That's where I know you better than me. Because I think when I was working at Big Lots, did I ever tell you that Big Lots story?
The Big Lots store. I didn't even know you worked at Big Lots.
Rest in peace, Smiley, man. Before Smiley died, I had him working at Big Lots with me when he was staying with me. I was working at Big Lots for a good, like the store, Big Lots.
That had to be before I came back, or just.
It was around the time you was either coming back or we're still out there, for sure. You had either come back.
I don't remember where you was working at the time when I did come back.
It was either when you came back, before you came back, or around the time you did come back. One of the three.
Because I know, rest in peace to the guy, you wasn't working there when he passed. I think he was at Starbucks, aren't you?
Yeah, I was at Starbucks when he passed, but before he passed, I was at Big Lots and Starbucks. No. I was at Big Lots and Kroger. Remember the chicken story?
Yeah.
Chicken story. Got fired from Kroger. Got hired at Big Lots. Got him into Big Lots.
My wife said, oh, by the way, I told my wife that shit. She said, you is Craig.
This has been settled by many people over the years. I am Craig. You are Day Day.
I'm not good. I'm not Day Day no more.
You are.
Smokey. I'm Smokey.
That's worse.
You be all right.
Nigga, why wouldn't you want to be Day Day over Smokey? Nigga, Day Day has literally more sense than Smokey in the iteration of Smokey that we know. If they do another Friday, I'm sure Chris Tucker is gonna do Smokey right. But for the Smokey we have versus Day Day, nigga, you're Day Day and I'm Craig.
Nah, Smokey was just a little irresponsible. That was all that was.
Nigga, you're Day Day and I'm Craig. You think I don't even like Ice Cube that much, nigga? You think I want to be Craig? Nigga, I like Ice Cube a lot, but like not enough to like want to be like niggas be like, yo, in your situation with that one best friend you have, nigga, you're Craig, he's Day Day. You think that's the going consensus I want, nigga? No, that's just what people come up with because it's an obvious dynamic that we have. For some reason, you're a little Mike Epps and I'm a little Ice Cube. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't even think I'm Ice Cube in the reasons the same way niggas probably think that I'm a little Ice Cube.
I played the hell out of that motherfucking Richard Pryor role if they offered it to me though.
God damn it. I think at this point, anybody should just do it as long as you do it right. I don't care if it's Marlon. I don't care if it's Mike. I don't care if it's Eddie. Somebody needs to do it. It needs to be done. I don't care if they all three of them niggas play him at different stages in his life, which would really be the doper shit. That would be the dopest shit about if you do a Richard Pryor biopic, you're not going to include Marlon Wayans, Eddie Griffin, and who was the other nigga I said? Marlon Wayans, Eddie Griffin.
I think that's doing too much. No, way too much. I wouldn't even want to see that.
I think Marlon Wayans and Eddie Griffin is a good start. You get Eddie to play the older Rich. You get Eddie to play 40. Who was the other nigga that was supposed to play him? Or no, what was the other thing? Because it was a third.
This is my thing. I like because there's a scene in Winning Time. We need to get the fuck out of here anyway. There's a scene in Winning Time.
We are like 3 hours.
Where Richard Pryor, who's played by
Richard's in the fucking Winning Time?
Yeah, by Mike Epps. And
that makes sense.
And yeah, and he's in the club with and he meets Magic Johnson and shit. And he pretty much gives him a breakdown, like, look, my nigga.
That's gotta be a cold scene.
It's a cold scene. It's cold. He's like, he's smoking a cig, you know what I'm saying? Bro, Richard with the cigarette, he's like, look here, my nigga. He was like, and he's pretty much just giving them some game, like, watch out for these motherfuckers. Like everybody around you doesn't like they ain't doing nothing but trying. Yeah, they just trying to eat. Yeah, they trying to eat them off. He kind of like he was like,
I
Nick,
gotta watch. Oh, you ain't tell me Richard was in that bitch, nigga.
Yeah, and it's played by Mike Epps, and I kind of
as it should be.
And I was like, you know what?
At that level, it should
if I
be.
wanted,
that's Mike Epps.
And to what you're saying, I can understand what you're saying, but I'm like, if I wanted to make a Richard Pryor movie where it's a lot of pain in it, like
you gotta have.
To me, Marlon, I feel
you gotta have Mike, and you gotta have
Eddie. I'm saying
Eddie,
the pain.
That was the other.
No, I'm saying that's doing too much. It's ridiculous.
No,
I wouldn't even.
You gotta play him out at different. If you know Richard Pryor's life story, bro, you gotta play him out from at least the time he was preteen or teen.
You
to
you
the
gotta
time
go.
he was in the wheelchair talking if you about going, that's my last show. That's when Eddie Griffin get into
but that's
the beginning, the preteen shit, the early 20s, Richard. You have a kid for the preteen shit to go through the trauma and all of that. By the time you get to them 20s, you gotta have Marlon. You gotta have Mike when you get to the 30s, 40s. You gotta have Eddie when you get to, and I'm not, when I say that, I'm not talking about in terms of having those people. I'm talking about in terms of having that energy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what type of movie are you making, though? But
I'm saying is, like,
are you making one that's the
from Peoria to the end?
Let me finish what I'm saying. If you're gonna have a movie describing a lot of the pain of Richard Pryor, as long as well
to the end.
Can I finish?
No,
yeah, and you know what I'm saying, like, and the pain and the traumas that make one of the world's funniest men to ever exist. From the vibe that I got from Mike and from the clips that I seen of Marlon Wayans' audition,
which was fire.
It was fire, but I would roll Mike. Like, I would roll Mike's way. Because Mike's performance, you know what it was about Mike's performance? And I want you to see it. I think it was how real it seemed. Like,
I felt the same way when I saw Marlon do it.
Like, I know a lot of things from, like, a lot of shit from that show is, fictionalized to make the show a show. Yeah. But that moment, it felt like if you looked at it close enough, you could see Richard Pryor saying that to you. Like, and that's like saying that to him and really trying to keep him wise to it, as much and as knowingly as how fucking fucked up Richard Pryor was himself. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a self-awareness that you even still giving some game to somebody, like, at least I hope this nigga turn out better than what the fuck I'm doing type shit. But if you doing that type of shit, I'm like, Mike is going to be the role. If I feel like I'm going to go for comedy itself, there's going to be more comedic nature to it, even through the dark times. We're going to acknowledge dark shit because you can't not. But that's the tone of the film. I would say a Eddie Murphy or Eddie Griffin. Marlon coming in last, but I feel like for him,
you saw you can't say you saw the audition tape and then say Marlon comes in last. That's impossible. You can't say you saw the audition tape for what was supposed to be at the time the Richard Pryor biopic.
But hear me out.
You saw that.
Hear me out, though.
I'm surprised that you said what you said.
He didn't know Richard as well, or I think, or at all as they did. Yeah. So there is a limitation.
Eddie and Mike, Devin. Yeah. Eddie Griffin is noted as Richard Pryor was one of his mentors. He met him well before he died. They had
they had a relationship. You know what I mean?
And Richard told him, nigga, yo, if I was gonna pass the torch to anybody, it'd be you or Dave.
Yeah.
That's what that came out of Eddie's mouth. Eddie said, it's documented. Richard said if he himself could choose to pass the torch to anybody, it'd be Dave Chappelle or Eddie Griffin or Cat Williams. And that was when Cat Williams was on, I think, 2, but he didn't think that was the American Hustle. But at the time, he was like, I like that nigga. And I remember that only because Eddie Griffin took the time to detail that Richard said that shit.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I trust it, because Eddie Griffin actually had a relationship with
Yeah. But
he respects that relationship.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like for Marlon has to dig for whatever way you want to put it. Like if you say that like that's you're gonna be your face guy for it as a studio, that's gonna be your face guy. He has to not only link with those motherfuckers that you choose not to choose for the role, but
his family also had a lot to do with it too, because I think his wife was the last wife he had a lot to do with it. But they chose Mike for that. They chose Mike to do the biopic. Yeah.
Richard was grooming
like
him
as a whole. It was like, Mike Epps is the nigga. Yeah.
Exactly. Now it's just this thing that so happens to be fucking up for discussion for some fucking reason.
Just make the movie. Just make the movie.
That's like whenever I follow Mike Epps on Instagram. So when it's like whenever I go past him and shit and I just see him doing whatever he doing, I'm just like, dog, they doing you so dirty. Like this is your role if that's your role. Like
that's why I think
if I were to direct that movie, I'm not saying that I'm gonna be the guy or have ever had the chance to, but if I were the guy to do it, I would go the Payne route and I would go Mike Epps.
Only reason, remember how we were talking about off air about whose biopics we would direct? I would add Richard to that list if Paul Mooney wasn't dead. You know why? Because Paul Mooney followed me on Twitter before he died. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney. You know what that means? That means that nigga actually thought I was kind of funny, or at least in my opinion, because I post nothing but bullshit on Twitter. So in my opinion, he only followed me because he must have saw something that he thought was funny, because I don't know him personally. I didn't know him personally.
Yeah, he didn't know he was a Kanye fan either.
Kanye wasn't Kanye at the time. And he had some, I think at that time, before he died,
he didn't pass out long ago.
I think he had, he had some points on Kanye before he died. He did have some points on him. And I think we had similar points, even though they weren't as harsh as maybe yours. They were similar. Because if you think about it, Paul Mooney kind of softened up. And I say softened up not in a disrespectful way. He softened up in a respectful way. From the early 2000s,
your delivery has to be able to still reach an audience.
But Paul wasn't one of those people. But Paul wasn't one of those people that had to do it. Richard Pryor died in 2005. Paul Mooney died in 2017, 18, 19.
But the thing is about it is, at that point in time, society wasn't transitioning. I think we're
not to mention that those guys that were that jaded. But okay, yeah. Not to the extremities that we are, but also the guys we're talking about, and the guys we're talking about had so much more to be jaded off of. So many more reasons, so many more things they could pick and choose from to be like, really? The jading alone is one thing. If you read Paul Mooney's book, Black is the New White, before he died, came out about 10 years before he died. Black is the New White. It was basically his own autobiography mixed in with his life of Rich and how his career went and everything, and how everything happened after Rich died, and how he kind of got his own footing and everything. You don't get those. You don't get that. I don't even think you get what's the last special Rich put out? Not Sunset Strip. What was the last special?
You a bigger fan than me.
Here and Now, I think it was called. Here and Now, I think was the last special Richard had before the MS really fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? Like the multiple sclerosis he had.
Yeah, I know. My wife has it.
Before that really fucked with him. He did everything he could, according to everybody around him, to make that shit work. You know what it still took to make it work was a team of people that gave a fuck about him. The thing it still took in the end was a team of people that gave a fuck about him and people that wanted to see the shit be what it should be. Richard had already built himself up to a certain level. Paul Mooney was always the background guy. Always. That's why we got the iteration of him in Chappelle Show that we got.
Yeah.
That's literally one of the reasons why most people in 2004, our age, who the fuck is Paul Mooney?
And that was an intro to us. We know him as Negro Damas. And, like
Cleopatra was black. No, Cleopatra was white. Jesus was black. And what was how did he end that shit? Cleopatra was white. Jesus was black. And all you niggas is stupid. Some shit like that. No. It was one of the titles of one of his specials. It might have been Cleopatra was black, Jesus was black, and all you niggas is stupid. It was something like that. But after a certain while,
white people love Wayne Brady because he makes Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X. And it's like, yeah.
For most people our age, that was the first time we ever heard Paul
say
anything.
And it was the wildest shit ever. If you grew up in Detroit, you knew something about some fucking your civil rights history, at least enough about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. So
and
like,
if you had HBO, you knew Brian Gumbel.
Yeah,
so you got the joke. You got the joke.
It was like, yo,
you definitely got the joke.
Yo, who is this nigga? Like, what the fuck? Man.
Shit,
wow. Man.
Yo, would you believe
the wonderful times?
Would you believe that right now we are at, and we actually have viewers right now too. They got two viewers right now on Twitch, which means they're probably from some other place in the world, considering what time it is and our place in the world.
We love y'all. Shout out to y'all.
We have been recording this podcast for officially, or at least live on Twitch, officially for 3 hours and 36 minutes. Do you know what that means, sir? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means, sir?
Can we go to fucking sleep?
It means we should probably go to sleep, and it means that this is officially the longest podcast we've done in 206 episodes. Our longest one prior to this was 333. I know, because I had to splice it together and do the editing. Hey. Our longest episode prior to this was 3 hours and 33 minutes. We have officially beat that by 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
You know what? Since you're a rapper and shit, you should release a track called 33 Threes instead of 22 Twos.
That's not a bad idea, actually. That's really not a bad idea. I might take that 33 Threes. I'm gonna write that down. That's not a bad idea.
I'm a genius. Duh.
Anyway, the Mexican pizza is back, children. Before we get up out of here, their Taco Bell is no longer holding it hostage. The Mexican pizza is back, and I found out recently that apparently it only takes It only takes 2 to fill up my stomach. How long does it take to fill up yours? And I was also on the commission, and I'm gonna call it a commission because I don't know if
you wasn't on the commission.
It was a petition, but I'm gonna call it a commission. I signed it, and bitch, we got it back. So I'm like kind of a thing, the reason that you all are enjoying that right now.
You
Shout out to
not.
the Mexican pizza.
Don't.
Forgot what I was gonna write down. Shout out to the Mexican pizza.
Don't.
It's free, children. All you got to do is download the app. Taco Bell's in the bag.
I couldn't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't.
If Taco Bell hit you up right now, it's like, hey, yo, just promote it.
There isn't a word for a Mexican coon, but I would feel like one.
So you would do it. That's what you mean to say. Is you would do it is what you mean to say. The look of disgust on your face and the lack of your answer is your answer, sir. We know.
You know what? No, I couldn't do it. I almost got the feeling I had to take a shit, so I know I was like, I can't do it. Like, I know I can't do it. No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't live myself. The same godly like cloud that I roll on, nigga, would not be there anymore. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror and be like, you the man. Like, nah, I couldn't do it. Like, you sold out the Taco Bell, nigga, bruh. You so yeah, I'm like bills, nigga, and it'll be like you sold out the Taco Bell. And I'm like,
hey, sometimes you gotta wake up and look yourself in the mirror in the morning. Sometimes you just gotta wake up and look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. And like myself would pop up with a basketball and shit. And it was like a weird fake version of myself. And it was like, would you rather have 3 dozen regular real tacos or a yacht? And I'm like,
nigga, what's more realistic right now?
And he'd be like, yeah, the tacos, right? That's an easy one right there. And I'm like, yeah, it is. 3 dozen real tacos or a yacht. I'm going with the tacos. I'm sorry. It's the truth. I won't lie. Honest.
I had to shake my head all the way to the bottom for that.
Honesty though, I can't do it. Anyway. Because when I open up my coney, that's gonna be indifferent to every other coney that ever existed on the planet we call Earth.
Yeah. You've been saying that for a while.
It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. When it
I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I'm just saying when and if it happens.
I got 3 locations picked out, nigga. It's one of them. Really? It's one of them.
Why you want to take away from the community?
No, I'm gonna give the community to everybody.
Everybody
and
the Mexicans.
Huh?
I said everybody, meaning the Mexicans in the community.
Yes. Yeah. I'm providing for my people.
Sad.
Revolution.
Selfish. Just sad, selfish, and sad.
Says the man in a seafoam green shirt.
Hey, I bought this polo from Goodwill off a white bitch that told me I look good in it. Fuck you. Nigga. I don't want to hear that.
I'm done.
206 then, nigga. Fuck
206. Non-Millennials podcast. House to Space Media. We in this bitch. We out this bitch. This nigga in a seafoam shirt. He's proud of his coolness.
You see the pony. Stop playing. Nigga.
Oh my God, this nigga repping ponies. Yeah. We love y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to everybody across the globe. If there's sand near you, God bless your soul.
And your view. Because it's got to be a nice view. Let's be honest.
Yeah. We love y'all. Don't look at his shirt.
Don't look at my shirt.
Don't look at
nigga. Shirt. I'll get offered a round of golf before you do in this shirt.
Nigga, I don't play golf.
That's why you a bitch. Anyway,
I'm a
we're
real
out.
nigga. We don't play golf.
Real niggas play golf every day.
Real niggas don't play golf.
Word to Obama, you're a lie. Anyway.
You half white.
Bye, y'all.